13.
O'clock.
Hey, everybody. Da-da-da. Happy birthday to me.
And
Happy
we are
birthday.
here. We are here. And we got the cake.
Yeah, we got cake, right
there.
And look, Dennis is here. HH Holmes is here.
Yeah.
I was trying to make them little party hats earlier, but I fucked them up. So I didn't want it. Then I thought, oh, duh, I could have just cut out little triangles and then taped them to the fronts of their heads. So it would look like that from the front. But oh well.
Let me try to get the cake.
Look at this cake.
cake.
Please don't drop it.
What kind of cake is this again, Jenny?
It's a cannoli cake, some kind of... It has it's vanilla, rum, and it has cannoli cream in it or something. I got it from the Publix bakery, and I was scrolling through all their offerings, and I was kind of oh, that sounds pretty damn good.
I was like, Jenny, let me get you a cake. You pick it out. Because, see, I'm not stupid. All right, because I'd pick out some fucking jelly bean cake or something that was,
Oh,
look
my
at that.
goodness.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and do the holiday song, or the
holiday celebration. It is a holiday. Song. It's a national fucking holiday
song.
Motherfucker.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to
you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
I'll cut the cake once you get that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, it's we'll try to just take a bite every now and then.
Yeah, we're not gonna eat all.
So we're not
cake.
just. Oh, you know what? The microphone's way over here.
Yeah. If you guys can't, you guys.
That's probably why.
Right here is better.
So
they said what didn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I just realized that it was way over there.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
But yeah, and because it's my birthday, I have a whole bunch of shout outs and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff people have been sending me. And also, I did my Strange Realities, the conference thing last night. Oh, you're making me very nervous.
It's okay. You can go and do the show. Do the show. Don't worry about me.
I'm what is he doing over there?
Don't worry about me. Do the show.
I did my presentation last night at 10:40 Eastern Standard Time, and that went pretty well. I was very, very tired and very, very nervous, but it seemed to go well, and I got a couple tips in my tip jar.
There you go.
And thank you very much. Oh my God.
You said you wanted a little piece, so there it is.
Yeah, I just want a little piece because I don't want, like I said, I don't want everybody having to listen to me chew and stuff. Now, this is from Publix. I've never actually had this flavor before.
Sophie doesn't eat cake.
I absolutely eat cake. I eat vegan cake.
That's not cake. That's not cake.
It is. There's vegan cake.
I guarantee that there's delicious
cake. You need that vegan stuff. That's not even food.
No, my mom and other people in my family have made cakes that can fool anything.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's delightful.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I had a feeling.
That's real good.
I'm going to have to eat one of that little half cannoli that's on the top.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, so, man, this is almost as good as a Little Debbie.
Almost?
Yeah. Almost as good as
You're so white trash.
Nana moon pie.
Nana moon.
Yeah.
Fucking Nana moon pie.
So you don't want to bite of this?
I'm positive.
Okay.
That's got all kind of buttercream
will
and...
say no. Then I'll be peacing out again much earlier.
This is good.
Dennis has birthday problems. All right, so let me do some shout outs real quick before I get too much into eating the cake. Because look, Tom's almost done with his, and then he'll be able to talk while I'm eating.
Because I got shit I got to do.
That's why.
I got shit I got to do.
You do.
Uh-huh.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lady Vesuvius says, I look about 28. Wow.
Then we'd be twins, because that's what I am.
Because that's what I am.
Yeah, they had some girl...
Put another 20 years on that, and you got it.
They had some girl a couple weeks back on the main show comment, and I think her name was Jillian. I don't know if it's the same Jillian. I think it was Jillian Alexis. Said she was short like a garden gnome with big old ass and big old legs.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Because we were talking about that.
Because we were talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm saying... You're going to have to break it off. You need to send us some pictures. If you're going to lay it out there
Tom's
like that, you got to prove it.
Tom's into garden
gnome. You better look like a goddamn garden gnome. Better look like sexy-ass garden gnome.
Please tell me there has to be a sexy-ass garden gnome Halloween costume. There's a sexy everything.
I think there is.
I'm pretty sure there is. I wonder it's because I feel like they have to come up with new Halloween costumes every year. Are you gonna put? Oh my God! Look at the mess that you made. Mm-hmm. There's little slivered almonds all over the shit. Oh, this cake is really good though. But yeah, what was I even saying? Oh, probably every Halloween they have to come up with X amount of new costumes. So it's now we're getting down to the thing where it's I don't know, a Tootsie Roll tube, a marker. I don't know. It's like, so now they're like just looking around the office, like looking for shit. Can we make a sexy costume out of this? I have seen sexy crayon. And actually when we were at iBar for their Halloween party one year, 3 girls came in dressed up like sexy bath loofahs, like of different colors. I'm like, well, that's creative.
I've seen, not in person, but online, a sexy Bob Ross, like the painter.
Oh, I like that. Sexy Bob Ross.
Like, okay.
That's what I mean. They're really, really like scraping the bottom of the barrel. And because I've been thinking about Halloween costumes a lot, not only because Halloween is coming up, but also because I'm designing a board game that is Halloween based, and a lot of it has to do with like costumes. So I'm like thinking of, I'm trying to think of costumes, but not stupid ones. I don't like those. I like Halloween. I like scary costumes. I like ugly costumes. Even when I was a little kid. You all right?
Hey, Jenny.
What?
Somebody's here to see you.
Somebody's here to see me?
Yeah.
I forgot.
He's been hanging out in my room.
Oh my God.
Spock.
Oh
Spock.
my God.
Put
the camera up.
Where the hell
camera up.
did you get that?
Sophie got it.
That was all me, girl.
It's Mirror Spock.
It's Mirror Universe
It's
Spock.
Mirror Universe
Oh my
He got the sexy ass beard
God.
and everything.
Well, that's all I need in life. You can just leave
Here
that
for
right
birthday.
here
Yeah.
in my
Put
office.
him right there. So Spock's
Me and Beijing have been guarding him in the bedroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Beijing kept trying to touch it, and so I'm like, "Don't you touch it!"
She's like, "What is
No,
it?"
yeah, there you go.
Okay, so there was.
He's
something
back
behind
there.
it.
He's tall though. He's real tall.
He's good. That is the funniest fucking.
Yep.
Oh my God! Thank you.
Mirror
so
Spock
much.
is here.
He's here.
That's so cool.
Can't get him in the camera.
I feel he's
Has to move him
he's too
way
tall.
back into another
Well,
room.
or you can
He's actual size.
but he
I mean-
seems much bigger to me.
He's really tall.
Does anybody know that song, or am I just like talking out my ass? They might be giants, you guys. She's actual size. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to like
If you look,
get like what?
there's maybe 2 inches that I could probably cut off.
No, don't cut anything off
You're
of Bob.
probably like
Don't
put
put
it
it
off
in.
balance. You don't want to do that.
The new co-host. You can like tilt it. There you go. You can tilt it up. Nobody needs to. Does anybody notice that I wore my birthday party shirt just like because I wanted to be as dorky as possible?
You're gonna have to put something underneath the leg.
I have 1 million books. Why don't you just get a book and put a book under
Get
there?
a book.
Look, there's a
Okay.
whole
Yeah,
shelf
yeah.
full of them.
I see.
Whole shelves full of books.
Actually,
you
what
can
makes more
use.
sense.
What was the 80s song that had Spock in it saying Pure Energy? That was Information Society.
Yeah. I just listened.
What
to
the
that.
hell was the name of that song?
Pure Energy, I think.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
that wasn't one.
It was called,
There he
I
is.
want to know what you're thinking. Tell
There he
me
is. He's
what's
in there.
on your mind. Yeah. You left the
Gotta
door
get
open.
You in there.
Yeah.
In the door.
What's on your mind? Is that it?
It might have been called that. I feel like it was maybe called that.
Oh.
Oh!
The vacuum sucked him out the door.
Shit.
He's going to use the agonizer on you for
Jesus.
doing that.
Mr. Ross, hand over your agonizer.
Right. But yeah, so... All right, what was I
happened to
doing?
my glasses?
I don't know.
What'd you do to my glasses?
I
read.
hid them.
Okay.
No, they were right there,
I
and
know.
then that was
Maybe
the
they
last...
went back to the kitchen with you.
Maybe.
He doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
They really aren't here.
He needs to have this like stapled to his face because he's always losing them all the time. Like he takes them off and like puts them down on the bed, and then like 5 minutes later he's like, "Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses?" And he's like feeling around on the fucking bed. I don't know. He takes him out in the other room and then leaves him out there and then forgets. Spock has the glasses. Maybe he does. Yeah, Spock stole your glasses.
See, I wanted to get him some kind of either hat or necklace or something, but first of all, I didn't want to tape anything to him because I was afraid that it would rip like the picture. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And we didn't really go anywhere that had like birthday stuff, like hats and I don't know. Like I was thinking like a Hawaiian lei would be cool or something.
Oh yeah. Good party Spock.
But
Just
then
'cause
Tom's
he's
like,
evil.
he'll come in the
What?
show.
What are you talking about?
That I wanted to get him some kind of like party hat or necklace or something, but I didn't want to either I didn't want to tape it and rip the cardboard, and we didn't really go to a party store. But it's all good.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know what happened to my shit.
You can't find your
Oh, look,
glasses?
here it is.
Oh.
Hanging inside that wire. That's some weird shit. Some poltergeist shit.
No, it probably just fell off when you were fucking with the cake, and it just fell off. It just happened to fall off right there.
All right.
All right. So I'm in between cake bites.
Yeah, but we gotta have to fucking do presents.
I know. Oh, we're gonna do presents?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hand me a present, and then I'll take a bite of this real quick.
Well, first of all, we got cards.
Well, yeah. Now you tell me.
Here.
What?
We've been, huh?
Oh.
Right there. We're doing a show.
All right. Well, I have my card. Like I said, there's one more gift that isn't here yet.
There, yeah.
Thank you.
Spock, and there's one more thing, and then the card. Yeah. I'll just skimping on the presents.
Oh my God! Don't worry about it.
The card's like kind of a present too. It's a special one.
Oh no! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh shit! Look at this, you guys. Can I come over for a BTK? Bite that cake.
With a K.
With a K. Holy shit. I still do it opposite every time. Oh, thank you so much.
If you missed the cutout, man, what'd you do? Just join the show?
Yeah, who? Oh.
He's going, what's the cutout?
Oh. It's Mirror Universe Spock.
Yeah, that's the evil Spock.
That was Sophie's present to me.
Yeah.
And he's gonna like lurk there in the background and judge you.
He's popping out of the top of my head. It's because I'm Mirror Kirk. Spock might order you!
You are very much like Mirror Universe Kirk, kind of.
Stop it. Okay, here's my card.
Okay, I want to open this one. Did you write anything like embarrassing in here?
No.
Okay, good. I didn't. Everybody has found the cards with like the little kitties that look.
Yep, it's a Pookie card.
It's a Pookie card.
Yep. They all look like Pookie.
They all look like Pookie. Yeah, I have another card too from Tammy that also has another Pookie card.
Yep.
See? The more gray hair you have, the cuter.
That is a different card, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the other one on me.
Yeah, remember the other one, she had like the Chinese food box on her head.
Okay. Why don't you grab a present?
Oh, wait, I want to do this other card too.
Okay, yeah.
Look, Tammy, who is often in the comments, I don't know, I haven't seen her in there.
Yeah.
She also found a Pookie card. So she had the kitties on here, her name was Smokey, but obviously it's Pookie.
Right.
So she put Pookie thinks you're looking a little bit older, a little grayer, and a little droopier. And inside, then again, Pookie licks her own butt. So maybe don't listen to Pookie. She does lick her own butt.
I've seen her do it.
So thank you very much, Tammy. I also have to say, too, that she sent me a really, really sweet letter. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's kind of personal. But she also sent me some cash with this little note on it that said, Vodka Fund. And guess what? I bought some vodka with it today. And here it is. Right in this glass. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to do...
big birthday present. Somebody sent you 50 pounds.
I know, I saw that.
That was
and
DK, what's his? Yeah. What's it? DKML? I don't know. It doesn't have a real name. Just
I think it's Dan from the UK.
Dan.
He's one of our patrons.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks very much.
And I also wanted to give a shout out too, like before I do the presents, I wanted to shout out our new patron, Erin. So thank you very much. Also, I got a whole bunch of PayPal donations. I got some last night when I was doing the Strange Realities thing. I got like some money in my tip jar. And I also got some from some of you guys. So I'd like to thank Melanie, Logan, Rick, Daniel, and Sandra. Or Sandra. I wish you would tell me how you pronounce that, because I feel bad that I have to say Sandra or Sandra like every time, because she can pronounce it either way. Okay. And I also want to say thank you very much, Ken, and I just saw you there. Yeah, see, I said it was Dan.
Okay.
That he sent us HH Holmes bobblehead.
We got HH Holmes.
So that BTK has somebody to hang out with and talk about serial killing. They can compare notes and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll move them up on something as soon as I get.
And also, thank you very much, Louie, who I think is also in the comments today too. He sent us
another
special edition Blu-ray of Gremlins. So thank you very much, all you guys. Yeah. I am just overwhelmed with all the love. All the love that is coming from all of you guys.
All right, these are all from me.
Okay, so I get to open the presents? Okay, I'm going to open the presents. There you go.
I was
See?
there
I can't see it.
for their purchasing.
Give me a sniff.
I had to
Look.
approve them.
You had to
like
approve
4
them.
of them.
You want 4 more?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try to
they're
move 'em
too.
up.
Yeah, you can just see their tiny little heads, and
Yeah.
as funny as that is, to just see their like little bitty
Yeah.
heads, like bobbing around.
Let me see that.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
this
wherever
looks
you are.
exciting.
Yeah, you are.
This looks exciting. This looks exciting. And it says, hell yeah, this is exciting.
We good?
Oh my God, what the okay,
Where?
hold on.
3 more.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a shining game.
Holy
Box game.
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, neither did we.
Look at this. It's a shining board game, you
Yeah.
guys. Look it. Now you guys have to play this with me.
It popped off. I will, but
Yeah,
you gotta
it
have
popped
3 people.
God,
So.
that is
popped up.
so fucking cool.
Popped up on a shelf at one of the stores, and Sophie goes, "Tom, look at that!" And I saw it, and I was like,
Holy
"Yeah,
shit.
man." And
That's awesome.
I figured it might also inspire you on some of your own game development.
Yeah, because I do all my own games all the time too, and I didn't even know that they had one based on The Shining, and that is fucking rad. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Oh my God, we're gonna play
Here, let me get that. Let me
We're
get that
gonna
out of the
play
way.
Yeah,
that
we
later.
can play it.
We're
Put
gonna
that
play
down.
that later. I have like a bunch of games. I have like Gloom, that's a card game, and I have like, I think I have one called Goth, but that might be in the attic.
You know what that is.
Oh, I know what this
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I can feel the smush.
You always ask what they want.
You told me you don't.
Well, yeah, sometimes.
No,
Well,
I ask.
yeah.
Depends on the person.
Well,
I
I
guess.
always ask you because he likes practical gifts. He doesn't
Yeah.
really like. He wants shit he can use.
Yeah, tools or something.
Yeah, he's like, give me a tool or give me something for my
Yeah.
gun or something. Yay! Look! It's 39. I think this is the last box set they're going to do, you guys, all you MST3K fans out there, because there are actually 12 more episodes, but they couldn't get the rights to the movies. But yeah, so
Okay.
Shout Factory's been doing all these. I have almost all of them at this point, now that I have 39. I think I have like 5 more box sets I have to get. But, oh my goodness,
that
what's
down.
this?
That's the last one.
Last
This is
one.
the last one. Okay.
Last one.
Ooh, this also feels intriguing. Okay.
Just whip it out. Just
Well,
rip
I'm
on it.
trying to.
Just
I'm
rip
trying
on it.
to.
You're never going to save that. Don't worry about that, baby.
I'm not trying to save it. Oh man.
Yep.
Oh man. Okay. Oh man. Look it. Look it. It's a baby Yoda.
It's the child.
Oh my God. That
Sophie
is
said that was creepy as
that
shit.
is fucking.
I'm the
It's not
only
creepy,
person. I
it's
wonder if there's
adorable.
anyone else that doesn't like it.
It's
Because I
not
don't
creepy.
like it.
I think it's adorable.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were at Publix the other day and they had like the Baby Yoda cereal like on the way out of the thing, and I was just like, look, they have Baby Yoda cereal. It's like, I almost kind of want that. So
No,
you guys got
to
me a Baby
I'm not
Yoda.
a fan of human babies, and it makes human baby noises, and it's got those black eyes, and it's like, it's not fuzzy or anything.
It's
like,
way cuter. He's
to
way cuter than a
me-
human baby.
Oh,
But he
stop it.
acts like one.
That's true.
So that's
Yeah.
that's just
No,
turned
except
it
he has
way
magic
down for
powers.
me. Yeah, but he cries like a human baby, and I can't do that.
I can't do that.
As soon as that happened, I'm like,
No.
no.
It's like he should have just
If it
been
was
like
a little kitten, or like there were some other animals in the Mandalorian that were kind of cute. I forget what it was, but there was a couple other ones. I was like, oh, that's cute. You know what? Honestly, the droids. I find the droids way cooler and cuter.
the droids
Baby
are pretty
Yoda.
I gotta
Yeah.
say. I mean, anything that's like kind of little.
Oh,
And...
I'm always team droid.
Other than, like I said, human babies. Human babies are not cute in the slightest.
Thank you. And that's what happened with the child.
Animal
I was
babies
like,
are cute, like monster babies are cute, like stuff like that, but
human babies.
human babies, not so much. They all kind of
Nope.
look like scrunched up little.
Man, it feels hot in here, and I know the AC's on.
Well, I'm sorry
Just
to
feels
tell you
hot.
that that's kind
They're
of...
going like, oh, it feels great in here.
It
Let me go see
feels
what-
just great. It's completely comfortable.
Yeah, Sandra says, another stuffed animal Beijing can carry away in the middle of the night.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That one's almost as big as her.
That one's
So-
kind of, although she took my Bride of Frankenstein doll, which is about half her size, and she has hidden it somewhere, and I have no idea where it is. I haven't, usually she just like, she takes them and she just like leaves them in the middle of the floor, like in the hall or in the living room or whatever. But that Bride of Frankenstein I have not seen for like a week and a half. So she must have stowed that one somewhere because that one's like super
I said
special.
I'm going to have to check through my suitcases because she's hanging out in my room a lot. I'm like, if she put that thing like in my stuff.
She might have. She might have.
Like,
See, I knew I was right. It was 73 in here.
what's wrong with 73?
Oh, no.
73 is like
No,
perfect.
71. No, 70 to 71. 73, that's hot weather.
Can't have those 2 extra degrees. Heaven forbid those 2 extra degrees.
Sometimes it gets up a little bit higher.
So he said Tom's having a hot flash.
No.
Menopause.
Yeah. Also,
Menopause.
It's menopause.
Menopause.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
That's what
Never
you
heard
got
of
going
it.
on.
Never heard of it.
Oracle said, I'm now imagining Beijing and Pookie teaming up to steal Baby Yoda.
I'm going to keep Baby Yoda up high.
Yeah.
No, the cats are going to be interested in that, though.
They'll be like, ooh, what it
Cats go, that's a face. I know a
has
face
a
when I
cute
see it.
face. I'm going to get all up in
Yeah.
it. They, you know, they like
They know what that
they
is.
like the babies. But yeah, so that's why like Sophie's laughing because she actually got some video. I'll show it on the break. She got some video of Beijing because I told you guys Beijing just as soon as she came over, Beijing was like I love
obsessed
you.
with me. Yeah.
She was just like rolling all over her stuff and climbing all over and everything like that. It's really, really funny. But yeah, so we gonna start talking about the actual.
Yeah, well, tell them what the topic is.
All
for
right,
today.
so
see, here's another thing, folks.
What's that?
Tom had to drop his nuts on this fucking show. Okay,
did.
because the shows have been running 4, 5, 6 hours long, and by the time the shit's over with, man, we're fucking toasted. All right. Well, we have another show we're trying to make after this one. They've invited us to be on it.
It's the Zoom party for,
Right.
like the online Zoom party for the people that did the Strange Realities conference.
Yeah.
So it's not like formal or anything. It's just like a hangout.
Yeah.
So it's not starting until 10. We might go do that. And like I said, I did
Just see how things go.
I had to give my presentation last night from 10:40 to 11:40, and whoo boy was I tired.
Yeah.
Wow. Because
Yep.
I think I woke up at 5 or 6 the morning of, and I think I woke up at 7 this morning. So I'm like pretty tired right now too, but you know, just got to keep on keeping on.
Yep.
And there's almonds in that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good cake.
It is. It's really good.
Yeah. It needs banana.
No,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't need banana. Nothing needs banana. Okay? let's establish that right here. Nothing needs banana ever.
Okay, all right.
It's just, they're just kind of like raisins. Nothing needs raisins
drinking
either.
Yeah, she hates banana.
I don't hate actual bananas.
Yeah.
Like I can eat an actual banana like every now and then. Thank you very much, Judd. Can I get a t-shirt for Jenny's birthday? Of course you can.
Yes.
Just tell me what size you want and what design you want, and we will print one out for it. And I need address and all that other kind of stuff because I don't think I have your address. But how drunk are y'all? Not yet. I only just started drinking.
I'm still sipping a protein shake, so I haven't even touched alcohol yet. I'm being really, really good.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, see, this is my first one. So all right. So we're
Yeah, I'm not even there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about me, guys.
Don't worry
We
about
got this under control.
I really got to
this
fucking.
week.
I have to
We'll
drink a
get
lot.
there eventually,
Yeah.
but yeah. Well, you
Probably
know,
by my second drink, I'll probably be feeling.
yeah,
pretty good.
we're old and seasoned drunks,
Very seasoned.
so
Yeah.
it takes us a while. Because even last night before I did the show, like I drank from 7 to 9:30, and then I just stopped. So
Yeah.
I had 2 big ones, but then I was like sober by the time I went on because I said I got to read some shit for an hour. So the topic this week, which I thought, like I said, we'll do a fun one, and this was the one that was overwhelmingly the favorite, like on the Patreon poll. I actually had just put in the poll Charlie No Face, the Charlie No Face legend. But then I was kind of like reading about the legend, and I was like, well, I don't know if that's like enough to like talk about, like have a whole show around. So I decided to do urban legends that kind of turned out to be true, as the Charlie No Face legend did. So I want to talk about, I actually had one extra case that I took off that I'll do on another show. But we'll do like Charlie No Face. We'll do like the Bunnyman, like Bunnyman Bridge. That kind of, the sideshow corpse. You know what I mean? Like the sideshow decoration, the turn up variable body, all that kind of stuff. So I have like 4 or 5 different cases we can talk about. Not like hugely,
Okay.
you know.
Good.
We
We got 52 people in there right now. Well, that's huge for this show.
I know, see?
Yeah, that's
Everybody's
huge
coming
for
up
this
to
show.
celebrate my birthday. And also urban legends, because everybody likes urban legends. That's like super fun. All right. So, Khan of Aslan says, Michael Schaefer. I do actually like raisin bread. Okay. I'm not a fan. I like raisins when they're in like Indian food, but other than that,
Yeah.
meh.
All right. Yeah. Con's never heard of these legends.
Yeah,
these
are
Layans.
Layans.
That's the Mexican spelling. Layans. Y and G can get kind of confusing sometimes. Layans. Yeah.
I've heard of them either. Honestly. So this is going to be a story.
That's a good one. Man.
These are all American legends except for there's one Scottish one. I'm gonna try not to talk for a minute so I can chew.
Yeah. You done with that cake? No, you got.
No, I got one more piece. That's what I said. Okay. I'm trying to.
All right, well, take your time. Take your time.
I wanted you to talk so I could.
Go ahead and take your time. I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk. Don't put all that in your mouth, Jenny. Damn. Damn. I know I could fit a lot in your. Never mind. I ain't talking about it.
Oh my God. Sorry.
No.
I did not say that. It was your imagination.
It's my imagination.
It's your imagination. I didn't say that.
I got a dirty imagination.
Yeah, of course. Let me get that fucking plate. Let me get that.
You did say it.
Yeah.
It's on.
Miss
it's
Cotton
on tape.
Mouth.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I just like, he just wanted to set that up. I kind of walked into it though. I was just trying to like finish the cake, Look at Spock. Every time I turn my head, I'm like, who's that back there? Oh, it's Sexy Mirror Spock. That's who it is.
That happened a couple times when I walked in the bedroom. We ended up putting him behind the door because Tom thought you'd walk by. I'm like, I don't think you're going to see him, but...
Yeah, probably. It's like, I don't usually go over there. And I wouldn't have ever looked behind the door.
He was actually in his box until yesterday. I pulled him out and unfolded him.
Where'd you guys get him from?
I ordered them from the website.
Oh, okay.
I ordered it like a couple weeks ago, so I was glad it showed up on time. At least one thing did.
I know, that's super
Look
exciting.
at him in there laughing. I knew Tom would go there. Yeah.
DJ Maniac says Jenny does not like eating on camera. I do not. Well, just because
I knew it. I told him that. I was like, she's not gonna like that.
Well, it's all right as long as like I kind of because I don't want like everybody like in America like looking at my fucking chewed up food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like was seeing like icing on my mouth or.
I'll find a spot for Baby Yoda and all kinds of stuff.
We're gonna have to like
have to rearrange shit back there.
We're gonna have to put a little shelf like right behind.
I can raise Baby Yoda up a little bit.
You'd be like floating.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see Baby Yoda right now because Sophie's sitting there. But when
Oh, I can leave. I mean,
no.
I give him Baby Yoda in my seat.
No.
See ya.
I'll make you cradle Baby Yoda.
Fuck no.
Okay, well there you go.
She's not doing
Okay, all right.
I ain't cradling shit, but a cat.
Cradling and breastfeeding Baby Yoda.
Oh God, that's a nightmare and a
Get a
half.
fucking million hits, man.
Get
all kinds of money rolling.
There's some porn of some big-breasted chick
with a
breastfeeding Baby Yoda.
Yeah, dressed up in a Yoda type outfit or one of them Twi'lek outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
I bet you there
tentacles.
is. I'm not gonna look. Yeah. But I'm sure that there is.
Some weird shit.
Well, that's Rule 34. It's Rule 34. Yeah. Whatever there is, if it exists, there's porn of it.
Yes, I did see the Gundam robot.
Yeah, see, Sandra gets it. She says, I understand. It's like eating on the first date. I always order something that doesn't make a mess. No spaghetti, no salad, etc. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Japanese built a gigantic Gundam robot. That was a long time ago, though. It's a statue, but it moves a little bit. It's like a piece of art. It's big. It's probably about 5 stories tall.
Wait, 5 stories?
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like actual size. Those giant Gundam robots.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see it because you didn't see it. It's been around for a long time.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah. I think they actually built that in the early 2000s. I think. I don't know, but yeah, that video's been around for a while. They built like a rocket hangar for it and everything. It's standing there, smoke coming out of it. It moves a little bit. Guys were working on it. Yeah, it looks just right out of the anime.
Are they gonna also build like a life-size Godzilla at some point?
I don't know. They do all kinds of crazy shit over in Japan.
Yeah, Michael Schaefer just says, "Hey Tom, did you ever see the Japanese Godzilla Christmas tree?"
No, I didn't see that. No.
I have not seen that either.
No.
Now look it up.
No, I'll look it up another time.
And Dan also says people have some odd fetishes. I was reading a story from a guy who fucked a block of cheese on Reddit.
Damn. Sure he didn't make it up?
Well, what kind of cheese are we talking about?
Maybe he like half melted it first or something.
I was gonna say, maybe it was brie. You know, maybe
yeah.
Because the first thing I thought of was...
You don't want, like, a block of
Right. First
Swiss.
thing I thought of was, like, cheddar, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, you probably had to cut a hole in that first. I mean, you know, it's not, like, soft and squishy like pie. Was it warm, said Mark.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it's got to be something like that.
That Wang channel, his name's Wang, he posted something about some internet legend, some girl who farted on cakes.
Oh, that's a thing that,
Yeah,
like,
she sits
people
on the
do.
cakes and farting
I
on
think
the cake.
I've been
Yeah, I didn't watch
I think
it,
I've
though.
been tricked into seeing something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen bits of it, and I'm like, nope. Leaving the room.
Farting on cakes, yeah.
So that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a thing from a long time ago that just comes back every day. Comes back every now and then.
Yeah.
Early, like, I think that was early, like, or maybe like late 90s internet meme type deal that was going around. Not memes, but, you know, files.
Viral videos or whatever.
Why would
Go
you
on.
think of those two things specifically in tandem with one another? See, that's
Just some crazy
that kind of
motherfucker.
thing like
Just-
fascinates me.
Want to get
Now,
famous?
He
Then
likes
this-
cake. He likes ass.
Yeah.
He likes gas. He likes ass gas on cake.
Too
So
bad
pretty
cake
girl-
doesn't rhyme with.
Yeah, pretty girl sitting on the cake, farting on it. And, you know, that's his porn. That's how I'm imagining
You do
it.
you, bro.
That's how I'm imagining that it fucking... I'm imagining the genesis of the fart cake, you know. That's... I'm figuring that's how it
The
starts.
genesis of the fart cake.
Yeah, genesis of the fart cake. That's the episode of Doctor Who. Doctor Who and the genesis of the fart cake.
Not gonna lie, I'd probably watch that.
That's the old Tom Baker. It's old Tom Baker. Fucking Doctor Who. Yeah.
Victor Garcia says, "Who the fuck farts on cakes? Pies, yes, not cakes."
The cake. Got that beautiful frosting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that one I
Looks
just
like
had.
a wedding cake, probably. That's how I'm imagining it. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Just-
it might just be like a fucking Duncan Hines cake
Yeah,
out
I
of the
don't know what
box
kind
or
of
some
cake we're
shit.
talking
I
about.
feel like it. I don't know.
It would
There's
have to
probably
be like
some
a fancy
store-bought,
cake.
like the one you just
Yeah.
pick off the shelf that's already made. Or
I mean, you'd think that part of the fetish would be that you were like sullying something that was beautiful and good looking and sweet and everything. So you'd think you'd want the prettiest cake imaginable and then just have some chick come over and fart on it.
It's just crazy shit that people
I
come
had,
up with.
speaking of farting,
It's some Chuck Tingle shit. You know?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be his next one.
Yeah.
Pounded in the butt by
Yeah,
the
gay
farting
muscle
cake.
men farting on cakes.
You know what? In the show that we did the other day, we were talking about Chuck Tingle, and I was reading up. We didn't even get into like his 2020 shit, and like some of the titles in there were like the funniest ever. Like my favorite one, I don't know why this was my favorite, but my favorite one was, "These boots are made for pounding, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are going to pound you in the butt."
It's just straight up.
I
funny.
read that and I just laughed and laughed. Oh my god. No, speaking of farting, I had a dream last night. I already told Tom this earlier. I had a dream last night that Beijing was in a room and she kept farting. And I think in the dream that she could talk, and she was like really embarrassed about it. She was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe," because we were like being like, "What the fuck?" She's like fart, and we like closed her in the room. And then I dreamed that your mom was giving her Tums for some reason. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I don't think you can give Tums to a cat. But yeah, she was embarrassed about like all the farting. I don't know. It was very weird. So we're going to talk about some urban legends that turned out to be true. Sort of.
Hold on one second. Before we got off onto this, got people talking about Doctor Who and Tom Baker Doctor Who. Doctor Who is fucking geeky as shit, all right? I mean, that's even geekier than fucking Star Trek, and I love Star Trek, all right? But the ultimate Doctor Who was the 70s Doctor Who with Tom Baker. It was kind of like up there with Star Trek, the original series, in legendness. So if you want to see Doctor Who, get the old Doctor Who from Tom Baker. Something like, they are all in order too. There's like a story arc, and the Doctor has the hottest sidekicks during that one too. Had Leela, had Sarah. I think her name was Sarah Jane was in it. There's a bunch of different little sidekicks that he had. They never really come out and say whether or not he's hidden, but you kind of think he is hidden. Okay, that's just not really the type of show it was. But no, you want to see you want to see something like Revenge of the Cybermen, or you want to see Doctor Who and the Genesis of the Daleks, or you want to see Doctor Who and the Towns of Wang Chiang. So the good shit. That was the good shit. It was cheesy as shit, but it was just well written. And you could tell that it was from the heart that they cared about the series. You know, it's a good movie, good series, good series.
Yeah, it says there's a Doctor Who channel on Pluto TV. Yeah. I wonder, do they show like the new ones or the old ones, or
the new ones that aren't as good.
I haven't seen the new ones.
The David Tennant ones were all right, but Tom Baker wasn't really...
Christopher Eccleston Doctor Who for a while? I like him.
He was okay Doctor Who. I think it was only a season or two, but no, none of the new stuff. It pales in comparison to the geekiness that was, this Tom Baker Doctor Who.
I remember my cousin watching that.
Because it was like highly detailed stories that all fit together, and there were kind of a big story arc to them. And Tom Baker was a really good storyteller, so he could sell that character. You believed that he was the Doctor. The newer guys, I never really believed that they were the Doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Tom was a fucking... He was a dude installing cabinets. Yeah. And then he got that job. He was an actor, but he was a carpenter, really. That's how he...
Hey, like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it was like Harrison Ford. So he was just a working man, and when he got that role, he really put his heart into it, or at least it seemed to be he was putting heart into it. And I think he helped create that character kind of in the way Leonard Nimoy created Spock.
Yeah.
So
it all comes back.
There's really only going to be one Spock, and that's Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the guy... Zachary Quinto or whoever that plays him in the new ones. Yeah. He's good, but it's like Leonard you said, Nimoy that's Leonard Nimoy's character. Yeah. I mean, he was very instrumental in putting that together. So yeah, it's like other people can play him, but it's just not the same. Okay, so are you ready to talk about urban legends now?
Let's do it. Are we half an hour? Yeah, let's do it.
Well, no, we're like 46 minutes in.
I'm fucking burning up the time. Go ahead.
We got this.
See, then, and you wonder why the shows are 5 hours long, but yeah, he's blaming it on me.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So the first one let's talk about, because this is the one that won in the poll, is the legend of Charlie No Face, also known as the Green Man. Now, this was a legend, and I guess it kind of went around. It's still current nowadays. I guess people still talk about it, at least according to what I could discover. But kind of the heyday was back in the 50s and 60s. And this is in western Pennsylvania. Now, the legend says that this is essentially like a boogeyman. He was like a guy that would walk down these like lonely streets in western Pennsylvania, like in the middle of the night. And that one, that he didn't have a face, hence the name Charlie No Face. And two, that he would usually be glowing green. And the legend was that he had been in some sort of industrial accident or had been struck by lightning or something like that. And so he glowed green and didn't have a face. And he would kind of walk around these lonely streets in the middle of the night and would attack people that were like parked and like making out in their cars and shit like that.
That's a good way to get shot.
It is. Well,
Zodiac killer.
That part of the legend is actually not true.
Okay.
But the guy that they are talking about, the guy this legend is based on, was absolutely a real person. His name was Raymond Robinson. Now, he didn't glow green that I know of. However, he didn't have a face, really. You guys want to see a picture? Like, he was in the thing, but there's a picture of him right here.
Oh, wait, I think I have seen that.
Yeah.
Like a picture of that guy.
Yeah.
I forget what happened, if it was an accident.
Yeah, it was. What ended up happening... Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
In 1919, he was 8 years old, and he was like an 8-year-old kid. He was climbing up an electrical pole, like, I guess to get a bird's nest, and he got shocked with 11,000 volts of electricity.
Burned him up.
And it, like, sent him flying to the ground.
Yeah.
It basically burnt most of his face off, and his arms, and so it just left holes, like where his nose and eyes were.
It's amazing he even survived it.
Yeah. They said he could still hear and he could still talk. They said even after that accident, he was still like a real cheerful dude, which I certainly
could he see?
Be. No. He didn't. Blind. Well, he didn't have any eyes.
Oh, blew his eyes out.
His eyes were blown out.
Damn.
They were just like holes there.
Man, what? That was when?
1919.
I'm amazed that, I don't want to sound cruel or anything, but I'm amazed that they let him live in 1919. You know what I mean?
Well, he still had all his mental faculties, and they said he was still, like, really, like, in good spirits and everything.
I heard that it was kind of common for doctors to if somebody was severely injured and, like, they figured they would be worthless for the rest of their life, to fucking give them a lethal injection on the sly.
Yikes.
To make sure that they didn't survive.
I guess if he was... I want to say, okay, it's just his face that got burned, right?
Yeah,
but in
his face and one arm.
Under the standard,
you walk around and stuff, like, I mean...
In 1919, they would have considered that a person like that to not have a future. I would have thought they would have put him down. Especially if it was country.
People were uglier back then, though. They could probably learn to accept it more than they can nowadays.
Maybe.
That's how I think about it. Like,
well, if a person was blind, that you're pretty much condemned to poverty. Yeah, maybe he was from a wealthy family.
Well, I don't know. He seems to have had, like, people taking care of him.
Yeah.
So he lived, he lived in the same area, like, his whole life. And he lived up until his 70s, actually. Mm. And what he would do was, for money, he was a craftsman. He would make, like, wallets and belts and stuff, like, out of leather. And then he would sell them. So he had, like, his own little business. Even though he was blind, he was doing that. Now, because of the way his face looked... he really liked to go for walks, but he didn't like to frighten people with his face. So he would go for walks in the middle of the night, like on these really like abandoned country roads. So people that were driving around these country roads at night and didn't know the story of what had happened to him, all they would know is they were driving around in the dark and they see like a dude with no face, like walking down the street, and they would flip out. So there was like this whole urban legend that rose up about it. Even though it was a real dude, he never, like, chased anyone's car. He didn't glow or anything like that. Although I think the thing about glowing green, it's weird because the urban legend said, he was struck by lightning or he was in an industrial accident, which is kind of close to what happened to him. He got electrocuted. So I guess, like, somebody did remember that detail. And so that kind of got incorporated into the legend as well. But then, like, he would see, people would see him and they didn't know who he was, or they didn't know he was a real guy, so they thought he was like some kind of like boogeyman or something. Yeah. So he would just walk around in the middle of the night, and he usually walked around State Road 351, Route 351. Now, I guess that some people were like actually really nice. Some people that actually like spoke to him and stuff said he was like the nicest dude ever. But of course, teenagers, in back then, just as nowadays, are assholes. And so some of them would give him a ride somewhere and then like drop him off someplace where he didn't know where it was because he was blind and he couldn't find his way back. They would throw shit at him, do crap like that. But, some people were like really nice to him too. And everybody that spoke to him said he was like a really nice dude. And like I said, he made like wallets and belts and things for like people around the house. That was how he made money. And some of the teenagers that grew up around there, they said when they figured out who he was, they would go out and like take him beer and cigarettes and stuff, like if they knew he was going to be walking around out there. So I thought that was kind of cool. But they didn't actually know too much about his life other than like what he did and stuff, because he was real quiet and he just kind of like kept himself to himself because of what his face looked like. But they said that he died in 1985. And he was 74 years old, and he died of natural causes. So like I said, this whole urban legend about Charlie No Face, that was a real guy. Wow. And they still, as far as I know, the urban legend still persists to this day. Although, like I said, a lot of them call him the Green Man. That seemed like it was more common because he was supposed to glow green, even though he didn't actually. Even though Charlie No Face is a lot more
I can see how, like, kids would be scared of someone like that,
Yeah.
He's probably trying to walk at night to avoid people, right? Because, like, you're like, I'll just keep to myself and do my little walk. But then if someone happened to chance upon him, it was like,
Yeah, and that seems like pretty much what happened. Yeah. And then like all this, because all these teenagers would go out at night.
They'd probably dare each other, like, go out, dare a little kid, like, go out and find him.
Yeah, we're going to go see the faceless guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess he was 8 when the injury happened, so he was already established in the community, and his parents took care of him, so I guess they didn't put him down. I mean, the reason why I'm thinking that is because in Mississippi, and, my dad told me this, there was a state hospital there that went all the way back to the fucking 1920s and 1930s. And if you sent a kid to that state hospital, chances of that kid ever coming out about 0. Yeah. And it was like for people that were, it was for kids and for people that were really, in real bad health. In other words, they were born with fucking really bad deformities or You know what I mean? Mentally just totally screwed up. And evidently their life expectancy in that state hospital wasn't very long. And if I remember correctly from what my dad believed, I don't know how he knew it, but he thought that they gave him lethal injections eventually.
It wouldn't surprise me because it's not like, I mean, they did all kind of horrible shit like to people. And
I think he was talking about the 30s and 40s and the 50s I think is what he was talking about.
I mean, even there was some underhanded
even up until the 60s they were doing really fucked up shit in those asylums.
Well, they had eugenics laws too, and I don't know. Well, maybe it wasn't eugenics laws, but they had eugenic ideas. You know what I mean? And I think they. It wouldn't be legal, I don't think, to have,
I think that kind of shit, maybe not killing them, but they'd probably sterilize them. They were doing that shit.
They were doing that.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying they were killing them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they weren't, he said, from what I remember, what he told me, they weren't killing them legally. They were killing them illegally.
Well, they were kind of sterilizing them illegally, too.
You know, like, this one's been around too long, the family's never going to reclaim this kid, and he's been here for 2 or 3 years. Here, give him that. That'll take care of it.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, who's going to check?
Nobody.
That's the sad thing.
Nobody.
Like, no one's going to check, so it's not like they'd ever get caught.
They had new ones coming, and limited resources, limited state resources, so they had to keep the population down, and they would have been considered, in that day and time, useless eaters. You know what I mean? And there's limited staff. So they had ways of killing these kids.
Maybe.
They were mostly kids.
Yeah.
But, this guy, a physical deformity, I think is different. Because he, other than looking weird, it sounds like he could talk. Could he talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, so other than looking weird, it seems like he could be a functioning member of society.
Yeah, he was. He had, he made things, he had a job. So.
I think because it happened when he was 8, I think that's why he survived. Had that happened to him when he was 2 or 3 and the parents were very poor from Mississippi, he'd have been euthanized. I think he'd have been euthanized. They did shit like that. It wasn't even legal. They just did it.
That's what I'm saying.
Country doctors.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like,
it wasn't legal. They wouldn't have done it with nobody.
You know what I mean? The parents would leave, and they were like, I can't burden this family, and this boy ain't gonna make it. So, and they walk out of the room, and he give that kid a lethal overdose of morphine, Yeah. And evidently, that's just what they did.
Well, yeah, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
I mean, because there wasn't really any oversight. And like I said, if somebody died, if somebody that had, some kind of disability like that died in a mental hospital, and they didn't have any family, it's like nobody was going to,
In Mississippi, there was oversight, but the oversight was your cousin.
Right. So there was essentially, effectively,
the oversight was your cousin,
no
and all the law enforcement were people you grew up with.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So there is no oversight, is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's effectively no.
It would have been like, did you take care of that? Says, I couldn't do that. You did the right thing. It'd have been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he even did the accent and everything.
Yeah, he got. Of course, I'm gonna do that. You did the right thing. Things got to move on. Got to move on. They'll try again. They'll have another kid.
They'll try again.
Jesus.
I know.
That's just the way,
Well, back then, it's
like,
that's the way it was. Especially in rural areas where a lot of your kids didn't live very long. Cause
of course, that's just an expense right there.
Yeah, it's like everyone had to be useful.
They can't work on the farm.
If you weren't useful, then you were dead.
They can't work on the farm.
You're a little kid, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about the Bunnyman. Now, this one, it's interesting because the legend... It does have some basis in reality, but I think the legend kind of went way off the rails and incorporated a bunch of other things that didn't have anything to do with it. But this, the Bunnyman legend comes from Fairfax County, Virginia. Now, this is apparently, it's been around for at least 40 years, if not longer. And I think it's still pretty prevalent nowadays because I saw a lot of stuff about it. Bunnyman, the Bunnyman Bridge, all that kind of stuff. So it's, like I said, it's Virginia. So... The story is, and this isn't exactly what happened, but this is what the urban legend is. So apparently sometime in the early 20th century, some undisclosed time period, there were some woods that were in the middle of the town of Clifton and Fairfax Station. And now supposedly there was a mental asylum there. We're back to the mental asylums again. Now, what supposedly happened was that the mental asylum closed. And they put all of the patients into a bus, and they were going to take them to Lorton Prison. Now, supposedly, on the way there, the bus swerved and crashed. Now, most of the people that were in the bus, the mental patients, escaped. But they ended up getting caught, except for one, a guy named Douglas Griffin. Now, the story goes that while the cops were looking for this one absconded mental patient, they found, like, a trail of a bunch of, like, bunnies that had been, like, gutted and were, like, half-eaten and were, like, kind of hanging in trees and shit like that. And hanging from a bridge, which is now known as the Bunnyman Bridge, even though it's not its actual name. So apparently the cops looked for this guy for like a really long time, but they never found him. And then supposedly that same year on Halloween night, they found there were a bunch of teenagers that were hanging out underneath this particular bridge. And at midnight, they all got attacked. Now, the next morning, so the story goes, they were all found hanging from the bridge with their guts hanging out, just like the bunnies were. Now, the legend says that nowadays, if you go to the Bunnyman Bridge on a Halloween night, then the same shit is going to happen to you.
I ain't buying it.
Well, yeah. Now I'm saying, now even though I call this show Urban Legends, now this is, you know, the shit about the hanging from the bridge and all this, that is not true. But the shit about the Bunnyman is maybe true. So here's the actual story. Now, the thing about it, though, is that I saw this one paper that was about this urban legend, and he kind of went into, he's like, okay, now, for one thing, the mental asylum where they said that it was, there was never a mental asylum there. And, you know, there's nothing in the record about a butt crash.
A butt crash?
A butt crash.
That's some Chuck Tingle shit there.
Yeah.
That's maybe why
it's a butt crash. There's a butt going down the road. It leaves the road, goes airborne, and smacks into another ass. Butt crash.
Butt crash.
Yeah.
And it makes a noise like that.
Collision.
Yeah. And it's men's asses. It's men's butts.
Well, of course it is.
If he wrote it, then yeah.
Chucky's writing it. He's, you know, sometimes I lose that in the translation when I'm reading those damn titles. I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's talking about men's asses. I need to fucking settle down.
You need to settle down. Because you were getting all into it.
Yeah, it was like, wait, hold on.
Oh, wait, no, it's boy ass.
Yeah,
okay, never
right,
mind.
You know,
I can't get excited about that.
He's talking about his ass and some other man's ass. Okay. Where's Zach?
Dan said, turn gay by the butt crashing while I stood
that.
at traffic lights. I like that, too.
Turned gay by the butt crashing. Yeah. It does sound like some Chuck Tingle.
Or, Michael Schaefer says, or it smacks into your windshield so you get a good view of it. Chuck Tingle's butt crashed into his own butt.
He's trying to put himself. He's trying to put himself into tingle. Trying to put himself into tingle-tude, which is like the position of being tingle. And he assumes that he imagines himself standing at the intersection watching a crash between one ass and another ass, and they're men's asses. That's a Chuck Tingle book right there, man. It's a good job.
I just had like a mental picture of like two butts going like this, and then there's like all these like fireworks and
it forces you to become gay. Just witnessing it. Just witnessing it. You're forced.
Well, if it was Chuck Tingle, it'd be like an existential crisis. Remember, like the dread of becoming gay or something. I don't know. He's always
does that sound logical to you, Mirror Spot? With your sexy ass boots? Says it sounds logical.
Pounded in the
checks
butt.
Out.
Pounded in the butt by Mirror.
By Mirror Spock. That probably exists already. You know that fanfic is out there. That's something that's been around since the 70s or something.
One of my favorite things is the person or persons who made like the kind of supercut of all of the scenes of Kirk and Spock from the original series, like looking lovingly at one another. It was just like this like long gay supercut of like the two of them. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's funny. And it's like it's really good, and I'm like, wow, somebody spent a lot of time on this. I'm impressed.
Sophie's in the comment section talking about her struggle to find her identity.
Shut! I'm answering people's questions.
Okay, all right.
I'm being social. I'm doing the right thing.
Be social.
I'm being social and
letting
Jenny do her thing. I'm keeping my conversation down here, so the show keeps rolling.
Sophie's totally normal. She's cool.
That is the furthest from the truth.
No one's totally normal, Tom.
No. Opposite end of the spectrum. No.
She's good. Good to go. Don't worry about it.
I'm good to go.
She's good to go.
Oh, okay. Well, she's Tom.
Oh, you know what? You
Tom
can't
approved.
really see. Can you? It's popping up. I need to get me.
Do you want me to get rid of the ticker, so you can see them better?
No, it's all right. I'll just raise them up a little bit more.
I mean, you can. It doesn't.
Okay.
Would that be easier? Then you don't have to worry about this like stack of.
It's easier to raise them up.
You have the leaning tower of CDs.
Gotta give these guys a damn boost.
Yeah, there's those.
Gotta give them a boost.
There's those mom. Come on, you guys, get up here with everybody. There you go.
That's better.
Look at their little heads.
Heads
wobbling. Well, yeah.
Serial killers shouldn't be cute, but they're really cute.
They are really cute. Yeah. I love how dapper HH Holmes is.
Yeah. And you know what? They kind of make a good pair. You're right, because they both had like normal lives going on. You know, they're like similar.
Yeah.
In certain ways, not
in the way that HH was like a businessman.
They were all and they were well loved by the community. And everything,
Veronica says, "Aw, Dennis needs a little bitty booster seat."
Yeah.
They both do. They're both like literally shrimpy. So I was reading a thing about the Bunnyman legend, and they said there were actually like a couple of like weird murders that happened around the time period where the urban legend was kind of like coming to fruition, but none of them were really all that similar. Like no one was found hanging from the bridge or anything like that. But I mean, there were some weird murders that happened, but nothing that, is really like close to these. They said, so another thing too is that the prison where these mental patients were supposedly being taken wasn't built until later, like wasn't built until like after the legend was supposed to have taken place. So what ended up happening was like this guy was just like, what the fuck is up with this Bunnyman legend? This guy that lived there, he was like a historian, or he was interested in it. So he starts looking back like through all the records to see where a Bunnyman story like came from. Now, like I said, the urban legend was like the guy killing bunnies, like not necessarily looking like a bunny, like Donnie Darko style. But what actually happened was that, so in October of 1970, there was a newspaper report of a guy who was an Air Force Academy cadet. His name was Robert Bennett. And him and his girlfriend were sitting in a car, like making out, I guess. And it was like right around midnight near Bennett's uncle's house. And this dude dressed like a rabbit. He was wearing like a white bunny suit. And he came like out of the bushes or whatever, and he started yelling at them. The bunny started yelling at these two people in this car and said, "You're on private property and I have your tag number." And then he threw a hatchet through their car window, which that's weird, right? I mean, So the hatchet missed them, thankfully. But they reported it to the police, as you would, because they're like, what the fuck? A dude in a bunny suit just came out and like threw a fucking hatchet at us. And this was in 1970. Now, 2 weeks after that, there was another report. So this was only about a block away from where the first shit had happened. So this was this article came out on Halloween.
This guy's kind of like the original Killer Clown.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
That might be like where that came from also.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to dress up in a bunny suit because he's got one. And then run around,
like you do.
Because he got it for Easter. And then he's going to do some fucking stunts, and then you go, no one will ever believe it.
I mean, why not? He's immortalized.
Yeah.
So
no one will ever believe the reports.
Maybe he's the guy that plays the Easter Bunny at the mall.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's any malls around there in 1970 or 1971 or whatever.
It inspired Donnie Darko.
That's what I'm saying. I think maybe Donnie Darko like got the idea of Frank being in a bunny suit like from this legend. It may be because this legend's actually pretty well known. So 2 weeks after the hatchet throwing incident, there was another guy. There was a private security guard named Paul Phillips, and he said that he saw same thing. He saw a guy in a bunny suit, and he was standing on the front porch of a house that had just been built. Like nobody lived in it yet, but it was finished. So he said he sees this bunny guy, and he's wearing like, it was a gray, black, and white bunny costume. I don't know if the first one, I thought they said he had a white costume.
Did he have the head on with the ears?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
In the first case, for sure, because they said, he had like the big long ears on. Now, I don't know if the face was visible, because the security guard said, I thought it was a younger guy, like 20 years old, and I don't know how you'd be able to tell that if you couldn't see his face.
Might have just had ears.
Maybe it was just ears, and then like a fuzzy jumpsuit, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's like, so this bunny guy is like standing on this porch of this house, and he's got an axe, like a little hatchet in his hand. And he says he tried to talk to him like, hey, man, what's your deal or whatever. And he's like, the guy in the bunny suit started chopping at the porch support, which I guess was made of wood. So he just like starts chopping at it. And then he says to the security guard, he says, all you people trespass around here. If you don't get out of here, I'm going to chop off your head. Yeah. Or bust you on the head. I've heard like 2 versions.
Let me straighten out the comment section.
Okay.
They're talking about killer clowns. No, we're not talking about killer clowns from outer space.
We should be. We should always be talking about killer clowns from outer space.
There was a phenomenon happening where little black kids were reporting that they saw fucking clowns with hatchets and axes coming out of the bushes or standing by the garbage cans. And then they were running, telling their parents were calling the cops. Mm-hmm. I know what it is, though. It's juggalos. That's ICP.
I feel like, but you know what, though? I feel like that happened in the UK as well. I think
they might have juggalos in the UK.
Yeah, you probably get juggalos.
Because ICP, it's a band called ICP, Insane Clown Posse.
All right. From Detroit.
They're from Detroit. They drink Faygo, and they do all that fucking weird shit, and it's Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope. And the music actually was pretty good. I haven't heard it in a long time. I don't know any of their newer stuff. It was fucking hilariously funny and very self-deprecating.
Yeah.
And their fans would dress up like clowns, psychopathic clowns, and pull pranks on people. And that's exactly like they would do. They would go to the hood and let little black kids fucking see them. They'd be standing there in a scary clown outfit, and then they'd probably run. Before they got their asses shot.
I think that's how it started, and then copycats were just doing it because, of course, the news blows everything up, and then they were like, literally by me, they took clown costumes off the shelves at Halloween. Yeah. They were banning clowns. So, of course, you ban stuff. What happens? People are like, oh, you mean if I dress up like a clown and walk down the street at night, they're going to put me on the news? Well, hell yeah.
The giveaway is the black kid element. Juggalos, and that's what the fans of ICP would go for the black kids.
They're mostly white, though.
They're white. The reason why is because in Juggalo mythology, they are not allowed in the hood. They are outcasts of the hood. Okay. So they're going to fucking reinvade the hood, all right, to make a name for themselves and get their asses kicked. Yeah. Because they're not cool. They're not even trying to be cool. They're the opposite of being cool.
Most people hate juggalos.
Yeah, they're the opposite of cool. They're nerdy. They're nerdy.
No, they're usually like white and trash.
Mean. Yeah,
is what the reputation is, like trailers.
Yeah, they're not trying to hurt the kids. They just want to scare the kids and have everybody talk about the juggalos showing up. They would just think it was funny.
The running of the juggalos.
The running of the juggalos.
They do a gathering every year. They did before the COVID.
somebody said they still do it.
I saw footage from it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and they also used to go to the French Quarter down Bourbon Street in New Orleans. They would show up there all the time and get their asses kicked. They just get their asses kicked.
Because like I said, everybody hates juggalos.
Yeah, they just hate
them. Most people.
Well, the thing is them getting their asses kicked, they'd go there to get their asses kicked. They were kind of like
masochists.
They were masochistic about it. Because most of the fucking ICP songs are about getting your ass kicked.
Well, I guess they've had a lot of it. So they're trying to get like more experience for the next album. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all funny. It's all humor. It's not. They're not violent. Well, they throw fucking Faygo.
Yeah.
That's cheap soda.
I'm pretty sure at one point they were classified as not a terrorist group. There was something. They were on a watch list.
They were on a watch list.
They were for a while. They might be off now.
Right.
Because there were certain clubs in Michigan that wouldn't let them play. Or they had to have heightened security because they were afraid there was going to be like gang activity or something.
And they would throw fucking soda everywhere. Yeah. We had this soda in Michigan called Faygo. Mm-hmm. You could get an entire 2-liter of it for about 25 cents.
You can get it here too.
It's just like Red Pop.
It's like...
But it was just super cheap back in the day. And it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I liked the peach. I liked it. The cola was fucking... It had a really cheap corn syrupy taste. You could get a whole 2-liter for 25 cents. Think about that shit. A whole 2-liter for 25. And then you could get cans and bottles for like fucking next to nothing. And they had a fucking flavor called Arctic Sun that was fucking tasted like shit. Mm. It tasted like shit. It was blue. And you couldn't tell if it was mint or orange or both. Or and imagine you took Sprite and tried to flavor it with fucking mint and orange at the same time.
No.
Ooh, it's like drinking orange juice after you brush your teeth.
Fucking terrible, yeah. I mean, it's like, what the fuck are they thinking? It was like the worst one. The rest of them were okay, though. But your fucking tongue would be all burnt after you drank.
I feel like the orange Faygo is okay.
Yeah.
And the red one's okay.
I think it was worse when we were kids. They had one called Red Pop.
That's what I mean. That's the one that the Juggalos are always.
Yeah, Red Pop. Red Pop was fucking...
I think I had it at the movie.
It was like red cream soda, from what I remember.
I don't know. I don't drink pop,
Red
so I never cared. But
yeah.
It's a Michigan thing, so...
It's a real fucking Michigan thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big soda drinker person.
Yeah.
Faygo and Werner's, the ginger ale Werner's, is Michigan, so... It's our claim to fame.
Well, Werner's is really good, I have to say.
Yeah.
I like ginger ale.
I don't like that either, but...
I like... If I'm going to drink soda, it's going to be either ginger ale or root beer. I'm not, I'm not real into Coke or Pepsi or anything. Or Sprite if I have to, or maybe orange soda.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't... He likes to go buy soda at the store, and I don't...
Yeah, I love soda.
I don't ever like to buy. I'm like, man, if I'm gonna like have the calories, I'd rather like eat something good.
Mexico is very confused over what a juggalo is.
It's okay. It's not worth it, really.
Yeah.
Like, you can like... I know a lot of people that like the music, but they don't like juggalos.
A juggalo is an ICP fan.
Yeah, but it's a certain type of fan.
It's a super fan.
Yeah.
It's an ICP super fan.
It's not something you really want to be.
It's like a cult. And it's these dudes that dress up like they're rappers, or rap fans, white rap fans that dress up like cheap 2-bit clowns.
2-bit clowns, yeah.
Get beat up and fucking break shit.
There's girls, too. There's juggalettes.
Girls, they're fat, floppy.
Yep.
Fucking with their titties hanging out and shit, half nude.
Totally trashy. Yeah.
Trashy as shit with a fucking clown face painted on them, and it's quite... You can Google it, man. Google Juggalo.
Or look up The Gathering. What they're talking about, The Gathering of the Juggalos. They film it every year, and you'll be like, what the fuck?
They would not be allowed in most countries.
You'd just be laughed at. But,
humans are an interesting species.
Yeah.
But he's right, though. The actual artist and the music, it's a little bit... It's quite intelligent. There's a
it's a good band.
Game to it.
It's a good band.
Yeah.
It's got its own little mythos going.
Yeah. They're not trashy as their fans are.
It's kind of like... Well, they've encouraged them to be that way.
Yeah.
But it's about clowns, rap, serial killers, fucking horror movies, everything all in together. Like something out of Devil's Rejects, but making fun of itself. It's funny.
I feel like they're not as classy as Gwar. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't know much about Gwar. I know what they look like, but that's it.
They're like Gwar.
There's some
Gwar.
similarities.
Similar.
I've seen Gwar a bunch of times.
Gwar's another tight band. I like Gwar.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've seen them a bunch of times. That was always a fun show to go to. You had to like wear a fucking plastic raincoat and shit, so otherwise you'd have like all kind of fluids all over you at the end. But yeah, so I feel like maybe the Bunnyman was the OG Juggalo.
That would be?
I guess if it was 1970 or 1971.
Yeah.
So apparently, I guess the cops back in the 70s were looking for a dude who was in his late teens or early 20s, dressed like a bunny rabbit. Who was wandering around doing weird shit, like throwing hatchets at people. Now, apparently, they got, like, over the next few weeks, they got, like, 50 more reports about this person, including one report that said that the Bunnyman had eaten their cat, which...
Yeah, but was it true?
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe their cat disappeared and they just assumed that the Bunnyman had eaten it. I mean, I don't know if they found the eaten cat. I don't know. I'm not real clear on that.
Cat probably got hit by a car.
Oh, don't say that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime it's like, don't talk about little kitties getting hurt. All right, talk about people getting hurt all you want. I don't give a shit about that. But don't talk about cats getting hurt. So apparently, but the cops couldn't find this person. But like I said, this does seem to have happened because there were actual police reports about a dude in a bunny suit throwing hatchets at people and doing weird shit with hatchets. So after a while, they couldn't find the guy. So the case went inactive. Now, they did actually manage to find the original couple that had seen the bunny outside that he had thrown the hatchet into their car. And they did confirm it. So this isn't just something where the paper was printing an urban legend or whatever. But apparently he threw the hatchet at the window, and I guess it broke the window because they were saying that when the girl got home, like her mom had to like pick all the glass out of her hair. So I'm guessing that it broke the window. But like I said, it didn't hurt anybody. So I guess from those are the seeds of it. And then, like I said, there were a couple of other like sort of unrelated murders that happened in the area like around the same time. And I feel like people associated the murders with the dude in the bunny suit and the hatchet, because I mean that's pretty alarming, like, you know, being sitting in a car and seeing a dude in a bunny suit like throwing a fucking axe at you. So I guess they like just assumed that this guy was a serial killer and like he had done all this kind of shit. So I don't know. So as the years went on, all these other details were added, like, you know, now they're going to hang you from the bridge, and I don't know why that bridge specifically. Maybe just because that bridge is creepy and it's like in that area. Because I don't know if any of the sightings of the Bunnyman were around that bridge even. But for some reason, that bridge got associated with the Bunnyman. And now, even nowadays, like they say, if you go out there on Halloween, like, you'll get killed by the Bunnyman and he's going to hang you up with all your guts hanging out. So, I don't know. But like I said, that's not true. But the shit about the dude in the bunny suit does appear to be true. So, what time is it? Okay, we're only at 1
We're doing
hour.
Great, I think.
Yeah.
We're only at 1 hour 20.
It's only an hour and 11 minutes. Yeah.
Like you said, this is a nice light topic. It can just bounce in and out, and it's all good.
You want another drink?
I mean,
or you want to finish it?
I'll finish this first.
Chug it.
No!
No, I'm just kidding. I was actually telling him to chug it.
Oh,
so
he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You can chug it.
We got about the same amount.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's still fairly early here. It's only 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we're doing good.
So it's, you know, like I said, if we're still awake and alive by 10 o'clock, we might pop over to that Strange Realities thing.
Yeah.
And have their little Zoom
can
party.
Say hi and just chill.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, everyone's going to be there, I guess. Because they didn't do it last night, because I guess last night was the first night of the conference.
Will the tip jar still be open?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Right.
Well, because like I said, I don't think...
It's not an audience. It's just
they're not an audience.
Okay.
It's just for like the speakers and the hosts and stuff.
So they may want to confer with us. To confer.
Just warn everyone. We've been drinking.
Yeah.
This is the end of our night.
I think they've all been drinking too, because it's like the conference has been going on all day.
Was it just yesterday and today?
No, it's tomorrow too.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a thought. Yeah, because when they did it in person, it was like 3 days. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they decided to move it all online this year. So they're doing like, you know, online shit like afterward. Can we all give you tips to stay here instead of going there?
I mean, I think they'd be down for it.
Well, okay.
You see some of them flash bulbs.
Yeah, just start showing the flash bulbs.
Start seeing them showing them flash bulbs.
All right. So now we're going to talk about another urban legend that turned out to be true, I think, or appears to be true. And this one is from Scotland. So if anybody's from Scotland, they can tell me if they know this story or not. The Catman of Greenock. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So this town is only about 25 miles west of Glasgow. And there was a story that started circulating starting back in the 70s or thereabouts. So the story goes that there was this little dude who was like a man, but like more like a creature. And he was like all black. Like he had like just coal black skin and stuff like that. And he had like his eyes glowed. And he was supposedly like crawl around in this little town.
You're talking about Flavor Flav.
Yeah, it's Flavor Flav. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, so he would like crawl around like at night under the full moon and everything, and he would eat rodents, like rats and mice and stuff. And they would see him, and he looked like a little creature, but also kind of like a man. So apparently this story like went around for like many, many years of this like guy that was just all black, and he was just like go around eating rats and shit. So for a long time, everybody just thought this was like a scary story, like an urban legend. But then, in 2007, and I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure how, if the story started back in the 70s, I don't really know if this is even the same dude that they were talking about. But apparently, like, cops had been getting reports about him and stuff, but they could never find him. But then in 2007, somebody took a video with their cell phone. And let me see. I think I forgot to show a picture of the Bunnyman Bridge. So there it is. Thank you, Michael. Stay here with us. But yeah, where is the Catman? Okay, so I didn't really want to do the video because it was like kind of fucked up looking. But this is a still from the video from 2007, I believe. That's
what?
The guy right there.
What's his mouth?
It's a rat.
Oh, God.
It's a rat.
What a weirdo.
Yeah, so
he's being a...
So like I said, I don't know.
Looks like fetishy shit.
It might be. Like, I don't really know if the story was like there at first and then some guy said, oh, I'm going to be all I can be. I'm going to turn into the Catman of Greenock, which is... And another thing, too, I don't know why they call him the Catman. I mean, you'd think if anything they would call him the Ratman because he eats rats.
Maybe because he's hunting rats like a cat, you know?
Oh, yeah, I guess
That's why I said fetishy shit.
I didn't even think of that. But yeah, so this video surfaces in 2007, and it's this guy, and he just looks like he's completely covered in soot or whatever, and he's crawling around under cars in a bus garage. And he just has that big rat, like, hanging out of his mouth. Now, as the video goes on, he actually seems to know what the camera is because he looks at the camera and, like, gives it a thumbs up. And then just keeps on eating the rat in this video. So, everyone is saying, oh, shit. Like, we thought that Catman of Greenock thing, that was just an urban legend. But now, apparently... here he is.
Maybe it was and he just brought it to fruition.
That's what I'm thinking, because I think that story goes back to the 70s. Yeah. And if somebody didn't get the video until 2007, it's like, was he a kid? Like, in the 70s? Was he the kid Catman of Greenock?
I mean, come on, wouldn't you want to be that person that just finds urban legends that don't have any reality and you're like, I'm going to make this reality.
I'm going to make this happen.
I'm going to be reality. I'm going to do this. And then... you become part of the legend.
See, that's another thing that's one thing, I'm really fascinated with urban legends. I've read, like, all of Jan Brunvan's books and all of that kind of stuff. One thing that's always kind of bothered me about urban legends is that even the ones that are not true, and a lot of them are, not true, but some of them are, like, based in something that was sort of,
I would think most of them are something.
Yeah, that they had something that, or two things happened at once and people conflated them or something like that. And, there's some that go back so far that they're not really even sure, like, what the, inciting incident was or whatever. And they tend to go, urban legends tend to go in, like, certain categories. I always like the, like, really creepy ones, obviously. Like, the dude under the bed that licks your hand and all that kind of shit. But I think what freaks me out is that sometimes if an urban legend, like, say, Slender Man, for example, which is not exactly an urban legend, that's more like, creepypasta that kind of, became an urban legend, I suppose. But if enough people believe in it, like, maybe even if it wasn't true to start with, then someone will make it true. And that's what kind of worries me about, like, shit like, like poison Halloween candy, right? Which is kind of a big thing. They don't really talk about it as much anymore because I think that's mostly been debunked that is not a thing, really.
This year it's going to be like COVID Halloween candy.
It is now. It's like everybody's giving you COVID. Yeah. Like with the Halloween, it's like, I coughed all over every single piece.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's going to be the new evolution of the legend.
Yeah, that's going to be the next, like, 20 years from now. They're going to be talking about people, like, putting it in their mouth. Or,
someone
like,
did that, and they gave it out to all the kids in the neighborhood. Yeah.
And then they all got COVID.
Yeah.
But, so shit like that. Like, yes, there was one case where a little kid died from eating pixie sticks, but it turned out that his dad or his stepdad had actually poisoned him. Like, nobody in the neighborhood had poisoned him. He went into the kids' Halloween candy and put poison in the kids' Halloween candy. So it was like a family thing. And that's pretty much the only case where that happened, as far as I can recall. But it always bothers me that the urban legends that sprung up about people poisoning Halloween candy or, like, putting razor blades in apples, which shit, I even heard that when I was a kid. So I always feel like, well, the more prevalent that gets, the more widespread that gets, it's like someone's going to do that, like, for real. I'm actually surprised that nobody has done that for real. You know what I mean? Although I guess something like that, like with the Halloween candy, Like, if you put razor blades in apple, well, one thing, if somebody gives you an apple, you're not going to fucking eat it. I mean, everybody knows that, right? So, and I feel like nowadays people are so paranoid about it. I mean,
wasn't that a one-time thing? Like, that did happen once?
Yeah.
Maybe? Like, way back in the day?
Well, I don't know about razor or pins in apples. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if there was ever a documented case of that happening. Like I said, the only one that I can think of was the kid that died from the pixie sticks, but his own dad or his stepdad put the poison in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a neighborhood kid. But I don't know. Like I said, I'd be very surprised if some random sicko somewhere didn't put like a razor blade or pin in an apple.
It sounds like something someone would do once, but
yeah,
it's not an epidemic. Or hypodermic needles, wasn't that a thing?
Oh yeah. That was another thing where people were like, and another thing too. I remember, I don't think this was super widespread, but I think there was an urban legend that went around that if you were in a movie theater, like that sex traffickers would come up and like put, they would put a hypodermic needle like in your butt, like through the crack in the seat.
What?
Like to knock you out and then like drag you out.
Where was this? Where?
I don't know. It's
like
it is. It's an urban legend. I don't think that ever really happened.
No.
I'm not saying that people don't get kidnapped, or like little kids get kidnapped. They do.
Yes, they do.
But in that specific way, I don't think I've ever heard of that specific way happening. Like specifically like the...
So it sounds like somebody was afraid that it would happen to them, so then they made up the legend.
Or you'd tell your kids that, because that's how it always was when I was little. Like, my mom would always, like...
Make shit up?
No. Like, they heard something, like the Halloween candy thing. Like, your parent would tell you that to scare you or to, like, make you be safe. Like, don't you dare do this, because this is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know? And they heard it from somewhere else. And that's how it probably was with you're going to get kidnapped. Or, like, don't talk to strangers because this is going to happen. Or that. You're going to sit on a hypodermic needle. They're going to drug you.
Yeah. Someone's going to stick a hypodermic needle when you're sitting in the movie theater. It's like, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's... it's understandable because, yes, you want to protect your kids. Yes, you want, and there are, like, a lot of people that do fucked up things. Like, I write about that shit all the time. So, horrible fucked up shit does happen. It's just that, one, I don't think it's as widespread as everyone thinks it is.
Somebody's talking about putting pins in strawberries in Australia. We had a thing here about putting razor blades in the apple.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, but you know what? The poison Halloween candy... only happened once.
That's what I thought. There's one confirmed case.
Yeah, and it was a father who poisoned his own children.
Yeah, I already.
You just said I was out.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
I already said that.
Yeah, it's not. It never happened.
Yeah, I don't. And
if you put a razor blade in an apple and handed it out to kids, and that kid fucking bit into that apple, they would immediately remember what street and what house that came from. They'd find.
Because you're like apple.
You're that
what
one
the fuck?
person.
Yeah, you're that one person
you're
who gave out
guy.
an apple. They would know exactly what the people would remember. Because you would have given out a lot of apples, probably.
Yeah.
And, they would all know. They would remember where they got
just
the
like
apple
on my
from.
street, we always remembered the loser who would just give you 5 pennies.
Did anyone else live near dentists? Because I had at least 1 or 2 dentists that would give out toothbrushes.
And
I was kind of okay with it. I was like, oh, free toothbrush.
All right, well. Yeah, it's like that wasn't really that big a deal.
It's a little different and fun. Like, Okay.
No candy? Just the toothbrush?
Well, he's a dentist.
I'm not sure. They might have done both. But those dentists, they get the ones with their name on. They probably have so many of them.
Like handing out your card.
Yeah, kind of. But, I mean, it's different,
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't really bother me. It got enough candy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the old guy that gave us pennies. Now, I have heard an urban legend, too, about some old dudes that would, like, put the pennies on a skillet and then, like, give them to you. But it's like, why would anybody go to that much trouble?
Yeah,
I mean, for
and then it would
Christ's sake.
cool off pretty quickly.
That's what I mean.
You're
It's like by the time
skillet,
what are you going to do? You're going to cook
Yeah.
it right there by the door and just be like, hey, here you go, kid.
I don't know about y'all.
They'd be
when
like,
when I
no.
gotta hand out that candy, I get sick of it. They keep ringing the damn doorbell. I gotta get up every 5 minutes and hand out the candy. I'm talking shit to the kids, and then I go back down there and get... Although I give out candy. I try to run out of candy.
Well, yeah.
So you better come to my house. I'll give you... Here, you want 5? Okay.
Yeah, here, just take
what
it.
you want. Get out of here.
Otherwise,
Clean me
we'll
out,
eat it.
kid. I'll be sitting around here all day handing out candy. Go ahead.
Well, I feel like kids start, like, they trick-or-treat earlier, because most of the kids around here are little.
Yeah.
So they usually trick-or-treat pretty early. So, like, by the time it gets dark, we're not going to get that many more. Mm-hmm. So it's like the last few that you get, you're just, like, dumping shit in there. It's like, look, we don't want to keep it. We're just going to eat it and get fat. I don't want it to lie anymore. But yeah, so 2007, this video surfaces of this dude who looks every bit like the urban legend of the Catman of Greenock. And
you gotta show Tom that picture.
He's even eaten the rat and everything.
He looks fetishy.
He's even eaten the rat and everything. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if this
picture
is...
back up. Yeah.
There he is.
Look, he's got a rat in his mouth. He's got some kind of either mask
and
or
he's like
paint on.
smiling.
Doesn't that
Hold on, let me look here.
He's trying to be a cat. Like a cat with a rat in his... Like, doesn't that
That's a staged photo.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like
that's a man in blackface, first of all.
Yeah, with a rat in his mouth.
Yeah, that is a man in blackface.
He has black hands, too.
And that's some shit from Europe. There's a definite European flavor.
She said it's Scottish, right?
Scottish.
Yeah,
Scotland.
yeah. There you go.
Scotland.
Well, on those on the British Isles.
See, he's trying to make this legend come to fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm telling you that's Europe or UK? You know how I called that? That fucking color. Look at that color. That teal color.
Yeah.
Yeah. No self-respecting American would be caught next to anything colored teal like that.
We don't have teal in the United States.
Yeah, teal is a European color.
That's that European color.
That's a communist color.
That's communist.
That's it. I thought that was the next thing he was going to say.
Yeah.
Comic color is red, not teal.
Yeah.
No, teal paint and that lime green paint. That mint green, those institutional colors. You know what I mean? Like, well, we don't want it to look like a military base, so let's paint it blue. What's the cheapest color blue we can get? Well, there's like this shitty teal. Yeah, that's blue. All right, now paint this one green. What's the cheapest fucking we can get per gallon? Well, I got this mint fucking green shit. Yeah, that right there.
Nobody wants
Easter
that.
colors. Easter colors.
It's festive.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. Connor Vatslan's on there, man. He can answer. Whenever you saw a picture of TJ, Tijuana, that's where Con lives. It was all in those fucking Easter colors, the little houses back in the day. They're probably not now, but back in the 70s, they were all in those kind of like Easter egg colors. That was like real popular for Mexican houses.
Yeah.
I don't think it
like
is anymore.
Lavender and pink.
Yeah, lavender and pink trim on a teal house, or like a mint green house with like a lavender trim on it. If he's still listening, he could chime in. But that's the way I remembered it. You know, that's the way I remembered it as a kid living in California. You know, but that's the way Tijuana looked. I don't know if it looks that way anymore, but probably not.
Alex was just saying that one Halloween he heard about a guy that was handing out individual unwrapped almonds.
Yeah.
I feel like that was probably the guy that was like, "Oh shit, it's Halloween," and he forgot to buy candy. What have I got?
I think
what have I got in the
make
cabinet?
a statement, like just to be the person you talk about online. 'Cause look at that.
To be that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy.
Why do you want to be that guy? Nobody wants to be that guy.
One year my mom was like, again, no one's going to eat them. I wanted to make mini cupcakes, and I was like, how cool would it to give like the parents, like, you want a mini cupcake? Or so I made like 100 mini cupcakes.
Yeah.
And it was a good old Michigan Halloween, so it was like 30 degrees and sleeting. And I didn't even bring them outside. And my mom was like, no one's going to eat them because they're going to think they're poison. And I'm like, but I just wanted to do something different for people. But no, I think we ended up just eating them over the next few weeks.
Yeah, because most people will not take anything homemade. Oh, Alex said I didn't hear about it. He handed them to me. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, like, I get it. You want to be different on Halloween. You want to stand out and you're just trying to do something fun. But people have all these superstitious, like, oh, they're gonna poison me, they're gonna kill me.
Well, and plus, it's like, you don't want to be the one house. It's like when we went trick-or-treating, and what we used to do, because I was kind of poor when we was a kid, so we would, like, always drive to, like, the upper middle class neighborhood.
You probably come to my neighborhood, because we get the kids from, like, poorer neighborhoods, and we don't live in a rich neighborhood, we just live in, like, a regular ass, there's houses, and it's safe, so we get kids all over the place.
Yeah, so we would go there because they had better candy than, like, because, like, our neighborhood, you just kind of got that big bag of, like, lame-ass, like, fucking dum-dum lollipops and all that kind of stuff that you got for, like, $2 or something. And it's like, you'd get that kind of stuff, and you're like, You wanted, like, little fun-sized Snickers, man. Yeah. Kit Kats, shit like that.
Yeah, my parents' neighborhood, it's not rich, but there's so many people, and because we get so many kids, more people participate. So your chances of getting, like, a full bag are higher. So we get the poor kids and stuff to come on over. And we like it. We're like, yeah, come on over.
I remember the ones I used to get all kinds of these things called sweeties. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember those.
They're that long as a long roll.
That sounds like Smarties. Are you talking about
Smarties? That's what they're
okay,
called.
I was like, I don't know. Smarties are gross. I don't like Smarties.
I don't like Smarties.
Sweet Tarts are the same version, but better.
Yeah, we used to get them both. Sweet Tarts, Bottle Caps, and Smarties.
I only like Sweet Tarts out of all three.
And then
Bottle Caps. Only the root beer ones are good. The rest of them can eat a dick. Root beer ones were good. I would pick out every single root beer one.
Zots. Remember Zots?
Yeah.
I think so.
They were little hard candies, and in the center they had a white powder that
fizzy?
fizz.
Yeah.
They called Zots.
Yeah.
Get those. Pixie Sticks, the paper Pepsi.
Yeah, it's sugar with some sour stuff in it.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah. That's because you could get a big bag of that shit for real cheap. That's what you used to get out in California.
Yeah.
And then, move into the fucking higher end neighborhoods. They're going to give you Snickers and Three Musketeers.
You're going to get like chocolate.
Get that chocolate candy. Yeah.
You're not going to get, like I said, you're not going to get those fucking candy. You're not going to get those fucking lollipops like the free ones they give you at the bank.
Tootsie Rolls were the worst when I was a kid. Like imagine that's all you gave out was Tootsie Rolls.
I ate them though. I liked the Tootsie Rolls, the vanilla ones and the strawberry
the vanilla ones are good.
Yeah, vanilla and strawberry.
I don't even know if those are technically Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah,
is that another brand?
No, it's Tootsie Rolls.
I think they're still Tootsie Rolls.
Okay, the vanilla ones are legit.
Yeah, they're strawberry ones.
But the original ones,
they're good.
I don't know why the original ones. What are they making those? Who are they making them for?
Somebody, because they still sell them.
This neighborhood here is a bonanza. The kids run through here, man. They fucking. I look in their bags when I'm throwing bags in there, and I'm going. These motherfuckers are handing out good candy.
It's like maybe we should go trick or treating.
I went one time with a friend that lived in a rich neighborhood. I went one time with her when I was in like middle school or something, and we got some like full size like Hershey bars and stuff. I was like, ooh, shit.
Nice.
You guys don't mess around in this neighborhood.
They bring the.
But the worst part is those houses are bigger and more spaced apart. So if you go to a really rich neighborhood, you gotta run in. You gotta run, and you get maybe less, but you get bigger. So it's like which is
plus
better?
You get some exercise. So it's
which
win-win.
Is better? Do you want less houses but bigger, or do you want to go to more houses and just get more of it? You know, so.
See, that's the thing. I feel like quality, not quantity. That's
most of the trick or treaters in this neighborhood. They come from this neighborhood, and we have.
Well, yeah, because this is a big complex.
We had. I don't know if they're still around. I haven't seen them. In the numbers from 4 or 5 years ago. We had all those fucking tech families from India.
Yeah.
They were Indian kids from these high tech families working in the tech industry. Those kids fucking knew the deal. They would walk up and look in that damn bowl and go, and I'm just going, come on, kid. I think I'll take the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah,
they're like that.
Well, those are obviously
once I saw them do that, I goes, man, these kids are too gourmet and shit around here. Once that shit happened, I started handing it out. I don't don't let them choose. Just because.
Well, that's the whole point.
They know too much.
You're supposed to. We never you just take it, and then when you get home, if you have siblings, you lay it out and you trade.
Yeah, and somebody said that earlier.
Right.
Don't mess around when you're out there.
He doesn't have any siblings.
Yeah, you wouldn't know how this works. No. But no, you just take whatever, and then you get home and you trade or whatever. Yeah, that's how you do it.
No, fucking those Indian kids that live here, man, their parents schooled them well.
They only like the good stuff.
They're like, yes, let me see. What do we have? Where's the Ferrero Rocher?
Yeah.
Ooh, I would be all over that if somebody gave out some Ferrero Rocher for Halloween. I love that shit.
Yeah, these bitches getting too spoiled around here. Here, take your fucking Three Musketeer. Hit the road, kid. Oh, not the Three Musketeer. Oh, no, not the Three Musketeer.
Those are all right.
Yeah.
I'll eat them if there's nothing else.
They're better when they're frozen.
They are. Yeah. Snickers are also better when they're frozen.
I can eat Snickers anything.
Well, Snickers is good, that way. But actually, I don't know if they still make it, but I
was showing Three Musketeers to these kids, and they were like,
I get that, though. I get that.
They probably know what it was. They probably never had it.
No, they knew what it was. They knew exactly what that shit was. They were raised here.
Okay.
I mean... Like I said, I'll eat a Three Musketeers if someone says, hey, want a Three Musketeers? It's free. I'll be like, yeah, okay. But it's not what I would pick, usually. Yeah. Because it's not, there's nothing in it. You know what I mean? If I'm going to have a chocolate bar, I want some substance, man. I want some fucking nuts in there. I definitely want some nuts in there. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so...
Con's got to leave. He's in trouble. His wife's saying he can't listen to the stream anymore.
Oh, no.
What? Ain't that some shit?
Why?
No, he just I need to go. My wife's giving me
the bad influence or something?
If I stay, I'm going to become the no-face jaguar.
Oh, no.
Is this a Latin American thing? He never did ask. He never did answer me about the damn Easter egg colored houses. I remember. I guess he didn't hear that part. He wasn't around.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the little Butterfingers are good. I don't know. I
actually like the little fun size Butterfingers better than the full size ones.
Yeah,
because the thing about Butterfingers is that you have to get them when they're fresh, and they don't stay fresh very long.
The one I liked, man, I liked it ever since it came out when I was a little kid back in the 70s, was Toffee Fay. Remember those things?
They still sell those.
They still sell
We
them.
bought some the other day.
It's a little rack, plastic rack with like 5 little drops in it, and it was a little thing, it was a toffee fucking cup filled with nougat, chocolate, and an almond or a hazelnut.
I've never
hazelnut. They were really good. Yeah, it's toffee.
I would say pre-vegan. I used to love Whoppers, which was like the malt balls. I was all over those. Nerds, which I still like. They're vegan. They're like that sour little pieces. Yeah. Those are good. And then, like Heath bars and stuff. If anyone gave out those, I'm all over that.
Yeah, Heath bars.
Or I used to be,
And I like Mr. Good Bar as well.
I don't think I like that because I had the, thing where I was a kid and nobody liked nuts. I don't know if anyone had that where, kids don't like nuts.
That's so weird. I loved
even when you were a little kid?
Nuts in it. Yeah.
You're talking about Mary Jane's. I remember those two that chewy. I love them things. You got to heat them up a little bit. They won't pull your teeth out. Just kind of warm them up just a little bit.
They're kind of like, do you remember chocolate raisin? Do they still make those?
Yeah,
that's like a European thing.
Those are good.
Those are they're really good too, but they'll really they'll pull all your fillings out.
What I like is that damn Scandinavian licorice, that Scandinavian black licorice, man.
Do you know
that shit is fucking good?
That I was just reading an article today about if you eat too much licorice, because they were talking about this one guy that ate 2 bags of it a day or something like that, black licorice.
Yeah.
That'll fuck your heart up.
I don't doubt.
Because all the stuff that's in there, like that particular licorice flavoring, will give you heart arrhythmia and stuff like that.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a white people thing, but fucking there's something about black licorice. I just fucking love it.
Well, it's not. I'm white and I hate that shit.
I don't know.
I don't even really.
I've never seen a person who wasn't white be able to eat it.
Because it's terrible.
I fucking love it. Maybe it's something genetic.
It's a thing.
I think it's something genetic
It's very divisive, black licorice. It's funny, I was just reading an article
but I'm not talking about the fake black licorice, the real one. It's almost like eating a piece of beef jerky. It's fucking... It's
savory more than candy.
It's salty and fucking kind of spicy and real rich flavored. It's nothing like a black gumball or a black juji fruit it's nothing like that. It's like eating a piece of damn beef or something. Beef jerky is what it reminds me of.
And
it's kind of spicy. I just like it. And only other people I've seen that like it are the occasional white person. I've never seen a black person eating it. I mean, maybe they do.
I tell you what, the Scandinavians love that shit.
I fucking love it.
They love that shit. And they even have I read that they even have liqueurs and stuff, drinks that they mix with that flavor. And it's I've heard of people that from over here that went over there and drank it and were just oh my god, it's the worst thing ever.
Every time
they love it.
Every time I had it, you fucking black dudes in the army or whatever, they're like, I don't want, no. Don't
you can have all of it.
You can have all that. It says, you don't want that? No. So
I feel like the majority of people don't like it. But it's not good. I don't like it.
I love it. I think, like I said, I think it might be something slightly genetic in the way that, some people genetically, they can't eat mango, I think it is.
Cilantro. Because it tastes like soap.
To them, it tastes like soap, and to other people, it doesn't. It depends on your genes.
Although I have a thing where, I love cilantro, but I have a thing where mango, to me, tastes like perfume.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah. It's I can eat it, but it tastes like drinking a bottle of perfume. I can have, I've had mango ice cream, at the Indian restaurant, and that's good. But I can't, a regular just eating a mango, because my ex-husband loved those, so he used to buy them all the time, and I would eat a piece and I'd be like, why are you drinking? It tastes like fucking, Charlie or whatever that fucking old
Tammy says I'm
perfume
not
was from
making it sound
the 70s.
Any better. I don't know which.
Yeah, you're not.
Because I'm trying to make it sound better in terms of it tastes like beef jerky. It's savory. It's salty and spicy, and there's no other way to describe it. It's just Go get you some real beef jerky. Not beef jerky. Go get you
Whatever.
I'm fucking drinking. Go get you some real
are.
black licorice, like something from Scandinavia, like some fucking Swedish
I've had
shit.
all different kinds. Like, it's not like I haven't tried. I just don't like it. It's just not good.
Man,
I'm just
it's
not one of the... And I'll
so
eat...
bad.
You know me. It's like, I'm not... Within reason, I'll eat pretty much anything. But... You know, there's some things I'm just like,
Just something about it I fucking just like
I
how
just
it tastes.
don't. And like I said, we've talked about this where, candy, if I'm going to eat candy and I'm going to like commit to like eating those calories, I want some fucking good, I want some chocolate in there. I want some fucking nuts in there. I want some nougat. I want caramel. I want all the shit.
Louis says he's Mexican. He can eat anything. And I attest to that fact.
You're lucky.
Mexicans can eat anything. but Mexicans also have a good sense of flavor. All right. Real Mexican food, homemade tortillas, fucking all those street tacos and everything that they're making, fucking tacos al pastor and all that. Mexicans know food. They're foodies. They're fucking serious about that shit.
We need to finish watching that taco documentary.
Yeah.
We watched the first couple episodes and they were really good.
Yeah,
It was making me hungry.
I get inspired a lot by watching. I get inspired a lot by watching that Mexican street food stuff.
I love food shows.
They're putting the damn gravy on the fucking tacos.
Yeah, it's the stew tacos.
And then stew type tacos, and then
I can't remember the word.
They cook the taco. See, I make my own tortilla shells, and you make your corn tortilla, and you cook it in oil that has been fucking with the chorizo, so it's kind of reddish.
It's been fucking with the chorizo.
Fucked with the chorizo. The chorizo's been fucking with that oil. The oil that comes out of chorizo.
You see when oil and the chorizo love each other very much.
Chorizo kind of has a sausagey, bacony kind of flavor to it. It's salty. It's good. Mexicans put chili on stuff. Putting chili on cactus and shit and eating it.
Yeah.
Cooked cactus.
The first 2 episodes of that taco show that we watched, every single thing on there, I was like, yep, I want that in my mouth hole right now.
I could eat side by side with Mexicans. I eat that fucking Mexican fucking hot sauce that is just so fucking hot. The habanero sauce is fucking brown.
Yeah, he loves
burn
that
you
shit.
up. I fucking love that shit, man.
He loves that Mayan hot,
fucking
super hot sauce.
Super hot shit.
It's like
Team no spice.
No.
Or very mild spice over here.
I like spicy, but only up to a point. And I actually like a little bit more spice, but as the older I get, like the less I can eat it because I'll be hating life later on.
See, Hernandez said Tom knows what's up. Tom does know what's up. Tom wants to. I love all food. I love food from around the world. There is some shit that I don't like.
Michael asked me if I would eat scrapple. I have eaten it. My grandpa loved it.
No.
I was not a fan.
Yeah. In my experience, growing up in Brazil and fucking having central and the food from the Americas, North, Central, and South America really is the best food. It is. Even though there's some Middle Eastern food that's fucking dynamite. There's European stuff that's pretty good. It's not spicy enough for me, but still, certain things, some of it's pretty good. But man, when you talk about American food, what makes American food fucking badass is a Mexican influence on it.
Yeah,
and an Italian influence on it.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit of influence from India and a little bit of influence from American Indians. But Mexican food has influenced American palates a lot.
Holy shit, nowadays, thank you, Ken.
Thanks, Cam.
Thank you, Ken.
Nowadays, Feeky's trying to interrupt us with this wrapping paper going
She's
on.
attacking the wrapping paper.
She's like, hooray!
She found it, and she's
loud
like,
paper.
Yeah.
Loud paper. Yeah.
Con's jumping in about chorizo.
He's back. He said he managed to negotiate a few more minutes.
Oh, did he?
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I said we're talking about Mexican food. He's all about that.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Paul?
Chorizo juice is a base for the chili con carne. Yeah.
Girl, you're making
a bunch of stuff.
There's too much noise.
Spanish chorizo is also good. I have Spanish chorizo here right now. Goya. I got some at Goya chorizo. It's pretty good. It's not the same spice profile as Mexican chorizo, but you get it when you can find it. But they got a real good Mexican store about 10 miles from here that I used to have to run up there all the time to get fucking hot sauce.
Yeah.
But they have fucking homemade stuff there that you can get. It's really good.
Yeah, he rides up on there as much. It's in Eustis, right?
Yeah, Eustis. That's where all the Mexican workers are shopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go in there, I'm like the only weirdo in there. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like when we go to the Indian market, like when we go to House of Spices and we're the only white people. We're the only white people in the store.
Yeah, right.
And they're all like super interested. Like, what are you making?
Here?
What are you making?
Yeah.
They're all like interested in what we're making, like the what we're buying.
We went back there last time. Pakistani woman, I'm walking by. She goes, hey. What are you making? And I started laughing. I says, I'm in this store and you're asking me what I'm cooking, and she's like, yeah.
What's the white boy getting?
Yeah. Making buttered chicken. She goes, oh. And I said, yeah, it's not Pakistani. And I said, but this is a Pakistani company. She goes, yeah, that's the best one. That's the best one.
Maybe she could give you some recipes. I don't know.
We have there's a
Nikki.
woman named Nikki that works there.
Yeah,
she's super awesome, and she's told us like she's given us some cooking tips and stuff like that. Because I mean, if I had to, I don't know if I could. If I had to pick like one region of the world, like their cuisine, like as my favorite, it'd probably be Indian food.
Sophie Chaz's trying to pick you up.
No, he's talking about music, and if you talk about music, I'm all ears.
Okay.
You want to talk music? Okay. I'm here for that.
Yeah. All right.
So what was that? Okay,
but I'll keep it down.
Before you start talking again. Okay, so it's my birthday. I'm just like I'm not even. Of course, it's only 6:45 here, so I don't want to get too fucked up.
Through 3 or 2.5.
This is the third.
Are we still in the middle of the cat, the Catman?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta finish the Catman.
Yeah. See this one. Okay, so this one, like I said, yes, it's a legend, and yes, like people started videotaping or taking pictures of this dude, and it wasn't just this one video. It was like subsequently, like other people started going around taking pictures of him. So as more pictures of him started surfacing online, then the authorities kind of started to get word because they're like, well, obviously that maybe this dude has some mental problems and maybe we should find him and help him and put him someplace. So basically, I don't know if they could ever find the dude. It's like it seemed like he was real elusive, like he lived in a junkyard or something like that. But he was always kind of and apparently he ate rats and stuff. I don't really know. But the story behind, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the story behind the Catman is that apparently he was a Russian sailor and somehow he got stranded in Scotland. I don't know how, because how do you get stranded in Scotland in this day and age? I don't really know. But see, so he got stranded there and then he went crazy. He got stranded there in the 1970s and then he went crazy and then he started, thank you. And then he started living on the streets and, his mental state deteriorated. And then he started, basically just going around, living off the land and, eating rats and shit like that.
What was that?
I don't know.
It sounded like something, didn't it?
Well, it sounded like something.
Yeah, it sounded like something hitting the house.
Not that loud, though.
Wasn't that loud?
It wasn't that loud. Because we do have some shit, shit falls on the roof.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Like from trees, or I don't know if it's squirrels. I don't know what the fuck it is. Every now and then, something. And plus, we have the Sanford Airport is really close to here, and
I know what it is.
We're right in the flight path.
Tearing shit up.
It probably is, honestly.
Yeah, she probably went up the.
Oh, okay,
yeah, she was in the cat tree.
She's running around the cat.
One of these days, she is gonna knock that over.
Yeah.
Because what she'll do is, I mean, she's still pretty small, but she's what, 10, 11 pounds.
Yeah, she'll run up that thing.
She runs across the whole entire house and then jumps up on it, and she's like,
Yeah, and it starts rocking, and she's swinging on it.
And she's like, what?
She's swinging on it. Yeah.
One of these days, that thing is going to fucking crash to the ground. And I don't want to be here for this. Because, I keep telling her, Pokey, calm down. But yeah, so they don't know if this guy, actually... What?
Conavasan saying he's a Mandyline. He does whatever his woman wants him to do.
I was laughing at that.
Yeah, he's laughing. He's fucking funny.
Wow, you need to talk to that guy more.
No, I need to talk to him. I talk to him fucking every day.
A man who does whatever your woman wants in order to please.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, they call that being pussy whipped up here, bro.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that idea though. It's a nice
mangina.
idea. There's nothing wrong with manginas. Nothing wrong with the vaginas either.
No, he's.
That's fine. If you're a good dude,
he's a good family man. He just needs to get his photographs his family photos. He needs to do them a little more retro. Had him. He's sitting there like he's in the damn Satan chair and shit with his brood next to him.
But that's kind of cool though.
But what he should have done is put her in the Spanish veil and had him there with the damn lever action fucking rifle from the 1800s. And had the kids dressed up like something off of the Addams Family. You know what I mean? You'd have fucking.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Should have taken it back to the late 1800s, like and it would have been even. And he had to have a top hat on, and it would have been even more fucking Mexican. It would have been Mexican as hell.
Then,
It'd have been Mexican as hell. It looked like something out of Dia de los Muertos.
well, there's your Christmas pictures.
That's
there
what you
go.
said.
And you can send that out to
Christmas
everybody for
card.
Christmas.
That's your Christmas card.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the tequila that I'm drinking right now is a Day of the Dead tequila special that came out, and it's fucking good, man. I showed it to him.
You got
It's called Exotico. Exotico.
Oh my.
Damn. Exotico, the shit.
The bottle's nice.
Yeah.
I'm really into, like, because I'm a graphic designer, I'm really into, like, liquor bottle design.
Yeah, he says it's a good idea. He'd call it Al Mormon style. The Mormon style.
Mormon style.
Mormons. A lot of people don't
This
understand
can't
it.
look better than the Mormons.
A lot of the Mormons are in Mexico. It's something that a lot of people don't understand.
Well, they snuck down there, yeah.
They went down there,
To the
yeah.
compounds and weird shit.
Yeah. Well, they've been in there for over 100 years.
I know.
Yeah. But they got a good relationship every day with the Mexican government. I think the Mexican government uses them for stuff.
Because they'll leave from...
Yeah.
Leave
Use them
them
for
alone
security
and
and shit.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about Mormons, and then I was thinking about Vivarium, because we just watched Vivarium again the
I was
other
going to
day.
say, you said it, did you?
And I was just like, they all look like Mormons. What the fuck? Was that a statement?
Yeah,
was
well,
that
you go
a
ahead and
choice
plug
they
that
made?
movie again. Go ahead and plug the movie.
We've seen it 3 times now. It just keeps getting better every single time I see it.
I saw it for the first time, and I have to say, like, I looked it up online, and it has a pretty low rating on, like, IMDb, and I don't think it deserves that. It's
I don't get that.
pretty good.
They didn't know what they were looking at.
It's weird, and weird movies are also
It's weird,
always
but
divisive.
that doesn't make it bad. It's not bad at all.
I like weird.
It's a different kind of sci-fi horror.
But it's no different than, like, it makes you think. It's good acting. I don't see what's bad about that. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a very unique sci-fi horror movie.
It's weird because, like, as soon as it came on, like, as soon as I got the vibe of it, like, as soon as they drove into that neighborhood, I'm like, oh, I'm all in. I'm all in.
The movie's very well crafted.
I just loved the whole tone of it, and I really liked, like, the whole...
It's an Irish movie, isn't it?
Yeah, the director's Irish.
It's an Irish movie, yeah.
Lorcan Finnegan, I think his name is.
It's real good. It's real good.
But yeah, so... Speaking of Ireland, but no. Speaking of Scotland, it's a completely different country. But yeah, so the story about this guy, we don't know if he was a Russian soldier who got stranded back in Scotland in the 70s and then, like, started living on the street and then, like, went crazy and then started eating rats or whatever. Or some other legends about him say that, I don't know if he's still Russian in this scenario, but that he got in trouble with the mob and they broke his legs. So... And then, like, I guess they didn't heal properly, so now he has to crawl around. Because nobody's ever seen him walking. He's always crawling, like an animal, like, underneath stuff. And like I said, yes, this video that came out in 2007, that could have been faked. But subsequently, like, other videos and other photos of him have come out. And so apparently some people are keeping tabs. But I guess the authorities can never really find him when they go to look for him. Because, like I said, they're trying to, see if he needs any help. Because he obviously seems like he might need some. So apparently some people have spoken to him. I don't think he can talk, or he doesn't seem to, but the people that have talked to him said he seems kind of weird, but he's not, like, scary or dangerous or anything. Like, he seems pretty harmless. They said he probably lives out in the woods because they usually see him coming out of, like, the woods or, the scrub or whatever. He can kind of stand up, but he can't really... and he kind of, like, responds to people, but he doesn't seem to be able to speak, or he can't speak English at any rate. He just kind of, like, makes hand gestures at people, like, telling them, like, he can do thumbs up and things, but that's about it. Like I said, he's usually crawling around on the ground. He eats mice and he eats rats. Sometimes people leave him food and he'll eat it. So there's that. And like I said, I'm not sure if they call him Catman because he eats rats, or some people have speculated maybe he takes care of stray cats. Like, maybe he lives in a den with some cats that he takes care of. No one's real sure about that.
They're building a mythology.
They maybe are. Now, this guy does have a Facebook fan page, if you want to go check that out. Like, people that, like, live in that area and, like, are out looking for him and, like, take pictures of him and stuff. There is, like, pictures of him and everything. So, whether this guy is the actual... Like I said, the guy in that video doesn't look old enough to be the dude from the urban legend, because the urban legend goes back to the 70s at least. And if this was the same guy, he would have had to have been a kid back then, right? Because that was a long time ago. So I don't know if this is just like another iteration, if there's more than one, or if this is a guy that decided he was going to be the Catman and now he's doing it.
Yeah.
So this is maybe another case like we were talking about before of an urban legend which wasn't true, but then somebody decided they were going to make it true.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like
It'd be like somebody trying to revive Spring Hill Jim.
Jack.
Spring Hill Jack. That's right. I'm drinking. Jim, Jack, it's all the
He
same.
says Jim because that was a Morrissey song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
Spring
see,
Hill
I
Jack.
don't know that. I just know the
Yeah, see.
guy.
But
See,
Spring
even
Hill
my
Jack
errors
is
are correct.
well, in a sense.
Even my errors are correct.
They're coming
They come from a place.
A place of reality.
It's not just random.
It's not just random. No.
But I had to when we did a show on Spring Hill Jack, I had to remind him every single time he said
Spring
it.
Hill
So,
Jim.
you know what? Who'd you say? Morrissey
Spring Hill
did a
Jim.
song?
Yeah,
Morrissey did a
Spring
song
See,
called
you should be
Spring
mad
Hill
at
Jack.
Morrissey for fucking it up. Why not just call it Spring Hill Jack like the real thing? Why do
Because
you
he's talking about a dude named Jim that he knows.
Right.
Who was
And
like
he's
that.
comparing him.
I guess, but then
Spring
he
Hill
did
Jack.
that. He messed it up in your
And
head.
he just
See,
messed
this is
it
the
up for
thing,
everybody.
people.
He messed
Got
it
two
up
of
for
them in
everybody.
here now bullying me. They're like cry bullies.
I just said
Two
blame
of 'em here
Morrissey. I
bullying.
said blame Morrissey,
I know
not you.
It's going to be all right.
It's not your fault.
I know that.
He wrote the song to confuse you.
I told Tom earlier today that he's the only one that's allowed to pick on people. When people
No,
pick,
what are you talking about? I don't pick on people.
When people pick on him, he gets all of
Oh, no, I take it off. No, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. Just make it a show.
Tammy said in the card that we only bust your balls because we love you.
I know that.
Yeah, this is true.
Leave Tom alone, guys, says Xanada.
You guys got to understand something. I went ahead and told this story
Pookie
before.
still loves you, Tom, says Oracle.
I already went ahead and told this story. Sometimes I start drinking and I get beta. And then the girls start fucking picking on me. And then the bartender has to save me. And then I have to go home early.
But today you are the bartender.
Is that what it
so
is?
you're
Okay. Tiffany jumps in. Are you okay, Tom? Is she picking on you? Yeah, she's picking on me.
She's picking on me. It's hurting my little feelings.
And I start betaing out and she's going, yeah.
So funny. I love it.
Yeah.
It's my birthday. I can be an asshole today if I want to be. No,
It's your party
Okay.
and you can cry if you want.
Yeah, and also I can
Or be an asshole if you want.
I can be an
to.
asshole if I want to. I haven't been an asshole today.
No.
Tom, going home early is effeminate, says Alex.
Yeah, it says effeminate as fuck. I get all fucking effeminate and shit. And get my keys and I'm going home. Yeah,
Screw you guys.
Yeah, screw you guys. I'm going home.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Catman. If anybody is from Scotland, as far as I know, I don't know if there were any recent. I didn't check the Facebook page today, but apparently there have been pictures of this guy surfacing as recently as 2015 or 2017 rather, summer of 2017.
Telling me to big up.
Big up.
Yeah, give my fucking androgen levels up.
Look at his Spock is like looking at you.
yeah.
Like,
He's looking at you with his little muscles. He's like,
I'm just
not having it. I'm not having it.
He's supposed to be the strength of 5 men though. 5 times.
That's
the
if he's a
strength of
Vulcan.
Yeah, he doesn't need
He
mass.
doesn't need muscles.
doesn't
He can
need
just kick
muscle
your
mass.
ass
but
or
he
do
actually
like the
looks like
death
he
pin
has
stinger.
muscle in that picture.
Yeah.
This is sure though.
He doesn't have any.
So foxy. I love that shit. I love it.
That's why I got it for you.
I feel like it's cooling off in here though.
Maybe
I think
your hot
temperature's
flash
going up.
passed.
Yeah, your menopause.
See, look at that shit, man. See, then they're talking about my hormone levels.
You're the one complaining.
Talking about my hormone. No, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I think it's.
He
70.
starts it and then he
I
complains.
think it's 71 in here now.
I have hot flashes.
so?
I'm getting to
Yeah.
that age.
Damn.
Not right
Give
now.
you some exogenous estrogen.
I don't know if I want that or not.
Estrogen injections.
No.
Where are you going?
Let's see what temperature it is.
Oh, okay. He has to go check the thermostat.
He has to prove himself right or wrong. He's gonna say, "Is it 71 in here?"
Well, see, I think we got into this on the show one time too when I was really drunk because this is something that really, really bothers me. Like just as a female in general.
I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. Is that
it's hot in here, and you're like, well, that's subjective.
right? And so that's what I mean. And it's like I'll go in the room to get a sweater because it's like really cold in my office, for example. Why are you getting a sweater? It's not cold
It's not
in
hot,
here.
or it's not cold. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm cold. That's why I'm getting a sweater.
It's
like
actually
why?
It's actually 70 degrees. It's getting cool in here.
Well, see, there you go.
Well.
See, there's that's what I got now.
Yeah, see, fancy.
See,
It's-
data dead.
It's exotico.
Exotico.
Xanada says guys have an obsession with thermostats.
Yeah.
They do. What is that about?
Because our metabolisms run harder. They run harder and we're hotter.
Okay.
We get
You're
hot.
right, though. No, but you're always checking them. My
hot.
dad's like that too.
I
He's
try to-
always got to check it.
Well, so
Touching the thermostat.
I'm worried.
My
if
dad used to say that.
It didn't break. The air conditioner did not break this summer. So I'm paranoid. It usually breaks every fucking summer.
Summer's not over.
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
It heard
over.
you.
I think it ended last week, but
It did, but like it's Florida, so I feel like
It
Florida.
run
It's
hard
kind of
down
like
in Florida,
summer. Oh, look, a cold day. Oh, it's summer again. It's kind of like that.
Mm.
It's kind of sucky. I know that people that live in cold climates are always complaining. They're just like, oh, you live in Florida. It's like warm all the time, but it gets old, you know. I'm just going to say that.
I wish I lived where it was warm all the time because I'm
I
like
don't
a
like it.
I'm a reptile and I'm like cold. Are they cold-blooded? Yeah,
Yeah.
cold-blooded. I didn't think about that for a second. Cold-blooded because they like it warm.
Connor's
Yeah.
gotta leave.
Oh,
No, he's not. No,
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at
yeah.
it.
I'll see you, Jair. Have a good one, bro.
Don't get in trouble on
Yeah.
our account.
Video will
Oh.
be up later. You can just finish it.
Fourth drawer down said the reason you guys are like so obsessed with thermostats is because we're paying for the damn gas. Not always, no, because
it's
like
electric here.
it's ours is electric,
Ours
and
is
plus
electric.
we
Yeah.
split it. So
Yeah, we just.
You know what I mean?
And I got that shit fucking set up to where we pay a yearly average, so our
Yeah,
bill
yeah.
is the same
every month.
every month.
Because otherwise it would be like super cheap in the
Super
winter,
cheap
and then
and
it would be
super
like
expensive
5
at
times
night.
more
Yeah.
in the summer.
So we have it so it's all evened out.
Which
You
I
ever
would
heard of that?
I would recommend.
Yeah, it's how they do it here in Florida.
Yeah, because you got to run it all year long. We don't have that shit.
No, we don't run it all year
We have a
long.
window air conditioner, and it only cools one room. So where I spend most of my time, there's no air conditioning. So
It's just that you have to run the AC like for 8 months out of the year, and then in the winter
You just
you
leave it
very rarely have to run the heat.
Yeah,
I mean, very rarely.
rarely.
And like even when it's like really cold and we're like, oh, we'll turn the heat on. After like 10 minutes, I'm like, turn that shit off. I can't
Yeah.
stand it. I can't
Burn
stand
your
it.
nostrils out and shit.
I can't even stand
Dry
having.
your
I
nose
can't even
out.
stand having the heat on in the car,
Yeah.
even when it's freezing outside.
well, like
I can't stand having hot air
whatever that
blowing in
heat
my
is
face.
not. It's not good for you though. It's very dry heat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real
I don't
dry.
like it.
It'll dry your skin
That's what
out.
I'm
It'll
saying,
make
it
your
burns your
nose.
nose up.
Yeah, your nose will run or it'll bleed and stuff.
Yeah,
Like you don't.
my
want
nose
that.
will bleed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and my lips start to crack. I mean,
Yeah.
they do that anyway, but like that makes it
It
way
normally won't get below 60 in the house though. In the
No.
winter. It won't usually drop.
And
down.
like I said, even if it's cold in the house, like
you just put a sweater on.
I'll just put a sweater on or an extra blanket. I'm not like putting the fucking heat on
The cats love it.
unless it's really. I mean,
Yeah.
it really, really has to be cold before I turn the heat on, even in the car.
The
I'm
cats
just not
love it
having
when it's 60.
They
They're
do.
just like, whoa, we're free. They're running around. fucking
Yay!
around.
They get all excited.
Yeah.
Well, because they're the same as we are. Like in the
They don't like it,
summertime,
yeah.
like we'll let them run out of the porch. You'll open the door. They'll go, fuck that, and then they'll turn around and come back.
It's like
there.
opening the oven and they're like, oh.
Yeah,
no,
it's like,
oh.
nah, no, thank you. I changed my mind.
I could easily live down here. I'm like one
Yeah.
of those little lizards that runs around.
No.
Like, I don't like it.
Every time you come
90,
down
but-
here, you're protected inside this house.
No, because
You
I'm
step out,
freezing.
it's like fucking Arrakis.
I
It's
know,
like,
but
dude.
I should have brought. I didn't. I was like, nah, I don't need to bring a fuzzy hoodie. I needed to bring a fuzzy freaking hoodie down here because you guys keep it so cold.
It's only 71 degrees in here.
It's cold
Sometimes
as
I'm
shit.
cold in the house. Sometimes I'm hot in the house.
70
I'm tempted to just go walk out the door and get like.
We got a
glass
show to
of-
do. You guys are talking about the AC.
That's okay.
I told them we're basically 3 in. We're
Okay.
doing good.
Okay, we're doing
Yeah,
it.
we only got like 2 more cases.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
And we're only like at 2 hours and 12 minutes.
We're doing great.
It's
This
totally
is a
fine.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Xanadu
fine
says
night.
humidity is the worst. It is.
No, humidity is good for your skin. I'm gonna fight that one.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like dry skin either. Like I said, I
Yeah.
have to put shit on my lips like all the time,
Yeah.
like Vaseline or like whatever, or my lips will crack. But I really, really don't like being sticky 24/7.
Oracle
I really
saying,
don't
Tom,
like it.
this is the show. It is the show.
That's what I mean.
It is.
So it's like quit worrying.
We know
about
that. We know that.
it. Yeah.
There's no
Everybody,
balance.
we got people that come and go. Maybe they don't even subscribe. I don't know. We get about 2,000 hits, 1,500 hits on a big show. Most of them aren't paying us. the people that pay us are the ones that think that this is the show. That's the fucking funny part of it. So, you notice that, Jenny?
Well, see, so that's what I figure. Like, people
that
are on Patreon or people that, like, give us money on here and stuff like that. I'm like, well, let's just, like, hang out with those people. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you guys have been with us for, like, forever.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about, like, some rando coming across the show.
Yeah, and I've seen some fucking rando comments, boy, this show would be great if they could stick to the bitch, you're not paying us.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah, and
or if we could stop swearing, and I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's
not gonna happen.
You're not paying us. The people that are paying us are the ones.
I can't. I'm like Gordon. I'm like Gordon Ramsay. If I had to stop swearing, I would just never talk.
I know.
I can't talk without swearing.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not normal for us.
I can shut it. I'm actually pretty good about knowing my audience. If I'm with like my grandma or someone like that, or kids, I'm pretty good at shutting off. But
I'm not.
It's not my natural self.
I've been like, I've gotten in trouble like a bunch of times, like especially around like friends' kids and stuff, because I'll just be like talking like random, and I'm just like blah blah, blah fuck this and that, and then it's like, oh yeah.
If you look at,
sorry kid, don't repeat that.
If you look at what's popular on YouTube and that generates income and shows that actually grow, it's fucking ludicrous. It's ridiculous. It's channels like Copper Cab. And Copper Cab just gets on there and clowns through the whole fucking thing. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, and he does very well.
I wouldn't pay that motherfucker.
I'd
watch it, but I wouldn't pay him.
He's got fans.
All the trolls.
Yeah, well,
He's got.
I can't watch stuff like that. Maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know.
I think it's kids mostly, but it's that brand of humor. It's a comedy show.
Yeah.
And that's what they're gonna do.
Comedy.
It's comedy.
It's a type of comedy, I guess.
Well, I would consider. Adam got me on Copper Cab.
Okay.
Copper Cab, I consider him to be a performance artist.
Yeah.
That's what he is, and he just gets on there to be he's just obnoxious as possible. And
see, I can't. That gives me a migraine.
And his fans just sit there and insult him.
They pay to
insult him.
Doesn't that sound like a weirdly sexual experience?
Yeah.
Where they're like. You know how people
get
off on
being masochistic.
It's like farting on a cake. Like farting on a cake.
But it's the culture of that show and that fan base. So I totally understand it. It's like a little mini subculture of beating up on Copper Cab and
I get that.
I wouldn't spend my time there, but some people are into that. So.
Like I said, I'm not gonna hate on other people. Okay,
that's his gig.
If you like to do that, then that's all about you.
When he went to
I'm not.
When he went to Italy, what is the fucking little town where they fucking got
Venice? Showed me.
He went to Venice and fucking fell into the water.
I don't think he really.
No, he jumped in the water, but he made it look like he just enacted like a fool all through Venice, and then said, "Yeah, Italy sucks," and fucking he was happy to be at McDonald's. This shit was fucking hilarious. I thought it was hilarious.
See,
I don't know, that kind of shit. It's like that just gets on my
When
nerves.
he transitioned to female, that shit was fucking hilarious.
And it was fake, though.
Of course, it's fake. That's his fucking. He was transitioning to female.
No, let's see his commitment to the show. Do it for real, motherfucker.
It's not. It's not what you're dealing with.
He's a sensationalist.
He's a performance artist.
He sensationalizes everything. Yeah.
See, meanwhile, I'm over here. The only shit I watch on YouTube. He watches. I call like whatever. I don't know. Like he watches like a bunch of different stuff. I call it collectively. I call it the yelling channel.
I like dudes that yell,
because every time I go in there, no matter what it is, somebody's always yelling.
It's by men, for men. You better be yelling.
But I like some of it too.
I got that from Mystery Science Theater. From I think it was Touch of Satan, because like the parents were watching something and it was on tape. Boy, I sure do like the yelling channel, and I was like, whoa, that's what Tom watches.
But see, you can turn it down. That's the beauty of it.
But
I can watch the yelling channel, but I'll just turn it down like halfway or put headphones in. It's all good. Just don't make her watch it or someone that doesn't want to hear it. You know?
Yeah, because I'm just kind of like, bye, I'm going in here.
That's what volume control is for.
I like quiet people, but like most of the shit I watch on YouTube, I watch a lot of like movie review stuff. I love like I mentioned before, I like Beer and Board Games and their other show, Welcome to the Basement, which is a movie review show. I like Ryan Hollinger. He does movie reviews. Actually, he does like mini documentaries about horror movies. I like that guy. I just discovered this chick called, I guess it's Jordaline Reads. She doesn't have that many subscribers, maybe like 1,500, but she reviews books, like horror books, thrillers, stuff like that, and she is darling.
Yeah.
I love her. But yeah, so I started watching. That's where I got like a lot of recommendations for my book review show.
They're saying the number of subscribers is no indication of fucking quality. You're absolutely right.
That's true.
Some of the biggest channels are makeup channels. And I would say that's not any quality to that. But I understand.
And Brandon Tenold, yes, thank you. I love him.
Yeah, I like
And Oliver Harper.
Yeah, they're very good. They're pretty big channels though.
Yeah.
And I think those two guys are doing well on money. I'm just saying that they're really not as big as a makeup channel. There are makeup channels out there that fucking make a shit ton of money.
I found a channel the other day. I don't usually I'll watch a makeup channel if I need something specific, like a Halloween, like I need makeup that looks like a mermaid or something like that. I'll look up one then. But I found one the other day when I was looking for like a serial killer shit. I can't remember her name, but because I just subscribed. But it's this girl, and she does like mysteries, like true crime and shit, but she puts on makeup at the same time.
Those. Yes,
and I was like, she's really entertaining. So it's like the whole time she's like putting on makeup and she's talking about like fucked up true crime cases.
Yeah, well,
it's awesome.
I have a background, of course, as a corporate salesman, so I understand what a fucking sale, what a sale is about. Propaganda, advertising, how to fucking do a pitch, how to do a sit, all that shit. A makeup channel is a very good in.
Yeah.
Because girls like makeup and they need to know about things. But really, that's
like
not
makeup.
what the channel is. That's not what the channel is. The makeup is the in. What the channel really is, in some cases, the ones that I'm watching, is more like just it's offering something emotional.
Well,
the girls are kind of living vicariously, kind of like an online friend through this girl with the makeup. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Some of them, yeah.
Well, everybody, like, you want to like the person's personality. Right. Oh, Ask a Mortician. Yeah, I love that one, too.
Oh, she's cool. I like her. Yeah.
Oh, and another one I like, Dominic Noble. Right. He does Lost in Adaptation. He does, like, he talks about, like, book to movie adaptations. He's a British dude.
But the channels, like those makeup channels that I was talking about, is not surviving on the amount of subscribers. It's surviving on the patrons and the super chats. And if you look at where the patrons and the super chats are coming for on a makeup channel, these are girls that are not as pretty as that girl putting on makeup, who want to be pretty as that girl and want that girl as her friend.
It's probably dudes too, though.
And dudes.
It's dudes.
Probably
That's
dudes.
what it is. It's dudes.
So you have to see where the money comes from. That's why the channel exists. Yeah. And there's always some kind of an ulterior motive to a customer, and it's almost always emotional. And that's with every product I was ever involved in, and it's normal. It's not bad. It's normal.
Well, that's kind of what they tell you. And like I said, I do graphic design, so I'm a little bit, in the marketing kind of shit too. Yeah. It's like everything that brands try to establish an emotional connection with the consumer. Right. Because you're more likely to buy the shit if you feel like some kind of personal affinity with the brand, or you see it as like something that's specifically yours, or that was specifically made for you.
The 13 o'clock channel, actually, what it sells is, we do have information with the sidetracks. What we're doing is we're professional friends. That's basically what it is.
That sounds kind of messed up, but yeah.
Everyone is a kind of a hoe. Everyone is kind of like a hooker. You're a professional friend. But that's with all of show business. All of it. Yeah. It's all like that.
I kind of feel like it. I mean, I guess it sounds kind of like, I don't know,
just
sort of crass, like saying it that way.
Yeah, but that's
because
kind of
honestly, that's why I didn't think I would like to do doing the live streams, because I thought I'd be too nervous.
It's better.
But in a lot of ways it's better because I get to interact with you guys, and it's like, it's really cool. I feel like I'm talking to somebody instead of just like talking into a camera. Like I felt like I was just kind of talking to myself, and I felt kind of self-conscious about it.
Coming up from a theater background, performing in front of a live audience is so much easier than performing just in front of a damn sound crew who's fucking got a camera there. Because with the audience is actually looking at you. You can
interact, right.
And you know that they're enjoying the show, which gives you the confidence to continue, and there's a synergy. You know what I mean?
In a way, that's why I'm a lot more impressed with people who can act well in movies. Yeah. Because that must be, I was thinking about that.
There's nobody watching.
Well, because sometimes I watch like behind the scenes, like we were watching the behind the scenes thing on like Vivarium.
Yeah.
And they're showing like, like Imogen Poots, who had to do like the fucking scene where, well, I'm not going to spoil it in case anybody hasn't seen it, but it was like a really bad, like emotional scene. And she had to do this like, heart wrenching kind of thing. And it's like, you have to think that there's just like a dude sitting there with like a camera in your face, and then like people standing over there with lights and.
Well, there's so much green screen nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you look around you and it's just a green screen?
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it must be really difficult. So in a lot of ways, like if I see like a newer movie that has like a really like knockout like acting performance, like I forgot that was an actor and that I thought that was the actual character, then I think it's actually harder nowadays because they don't usually do a lot of shit on sets, especially if it's like a bigger movie. So it must be like really difficult to just stand in a green room and pretend it's like, hey, I'm on this other planet and like this, that, and I'm interacting with all these aliens and there's nothing there.
Dom the Bomb says that Good Bad Flicks is a good channel. Yeah, it's a good channel too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
I also like Shitcase Cinema.
Shitcase Cinema is
He
really
doesn't
good.
post that often.
No.
He just took a long hiatus, but I think he just put one up a couple weeks ago. He's a British dude.
Yeah, go check out...
He drinks on the show as well.
Shitcase Cinema.
His name's Johnny Shitcase.
Johnny Shitcase.
That's not his real name.
Yeah.
He's also a writer.
Yeah.
I meant to I need to buy some of his books.
Right.
Because I feel like he's a horror writer, horror, sci-fi, fantasy kind of shit.
He's a very good YouTube character. YouTube persona.
If you like MST, you will probably like him because he kind of like shows... He's kind of like the low-rent British version of MST3K.
Yeah, and that's what makes that show great, is that there's effort in it, but it's also very low budget.
Yeah.
And
it's both things at once.
Both things at the same time. It shows you how you can make an excellent product on YouTube with no money. Just talent.
Because it's almost kind of like it's half-assed, but
not
half-assed on purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not that half-assed. I mean,
it's not. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
He obviously puts a lot of care into it.
No
but
special effects.
In a way that comes across that he doesn't put a lot of care into it. If that makes any sense. Does it?
Well, the tone is dude working from his house. That's the tone. And that's what he rolls with. And that's part of what makes... But he's like... That guy, if you were to transport him back into the 80s, all right... He could have played right alongside Eddie Murphy and all the fucking guys from the from the comedy.
Funny.
He could have. He's that funny.
I love that guy.
Matter of fact, he's funnier than Eddie Murphy.
He might be actually.
I think he is. He's funnier than Eddie Murphy.
Just he has like really
British
good.
Guy, you know.
He has really good comedic timing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he watches, it's just like MST where he watches like the worst like shitty movies ever. And he loves like ninja movies and all that kind of shit. And then like he just like, you know, just wails on it the whole time.
Drunk British dude working from a council estate. That's the meat. That's the fucking...
And he's drinking.
And drinking.
Yeah. He usually has a big thing of wine or like a big thing of beer.
Drunk and bald.
Yeah.
And young.
Yeah.
He's
funny.
Guy.
He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
And he has like a friend too, Professor Bruce. That's sometimes on the show too. Although he wasn't on the last couple. Oh, there's somebody else I like too. Oh, I think it's called...
They're saying I wouldn't have a problem acting in movies, and another person says I could play Snake Plissken from Escape from Mars.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, I would love to play Snake.
Yeah.
I'm a little too short and stocky for Snake. Snake should be fucking kind of a little taller and thinner.
Well, I don't know. I don't
I'd
know
have to
if
reboot
that's...
the Snake.
Yeah, I don't know if that is necessarily like you know, a main thing of his character. He doesn't have to be.
I don't look that good with long hair.
That's true. Like you, yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to change the hair. I'd have to make a totally different Snake. He'd have to be short-haired with a fucking eye patch.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like a Nick Fury.
Yeah.
I could do something like that.
Oh, you'd be a good Nick Fury too, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could do Nick Fury.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no problem.
Then Michael says instead of Crussell, we could call it Trussell.
Trussell, yeah. It's funny.
Oh, I was going to say another channel I like is, I think it's called Sarcastic Productions. It's like, it's a girl and a guy, and she does like little simple animations. They either do, like the guy talks about history, like he's like a history major, and she talks about literary tropes. And she also does, like, classic fiction. Like, she does, like, Greek mythology. She talks about Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, all that kind of stuff. And they're really, really good. They're really, really funny. I like them as well.
Yeah, Xanada said I could play...
Overly Sarcastic Productions. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, I really like that channel.
Xanada said I could play John McCain from Die Hard.
Mm.
Yeah, I could do that.
That would also be good.
I could do that.
Oh, Zach is here finally.
Yeah, I just said hi.
Zach, I was talking about your gay ass, bro.
I was talking about.
We needed some gay information.
Well, we were talking about because I said something about. Oh my god!
Fuck?
An Amber Alert.
Oh shit!
Amber Alert. They're taking them children.
Oh no! Is it?
Amber Alert.
I didn't get one.
Some kids.
Leave.
Oh yeah, I did.
Leave the kids alone.
Yeah, it's an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Silver Hyundai Elantra 2017. You guys look out on that if you're in Orange County. Yeah, 11-year-old got taken. Well, that brought the room down.
That's very sad. Don't do that.
The room down, didn't it? Well, I'm just saying. I was like, I don't get that noise. I just get the fucking.
I'd love. Actually, if you were to say, Tom, what movie do you want to be in? Like right now, all right. I'd want to be in fucking Expendables 4.
I could see that.
I would want to be in Expendables 4 because fucking Lee Priest is going to be in Expendables 4.
You better be in it.
Yeah, he's going to be in Expendables 4. Based on what he said. Remember I asked him?
Yeah, I saw that. And he wouldn't tell you. You said
he kind of fucking hinted that, he was training
You
for
said, oh, you should be the villain or something. And he's like, oh, yeah, it'd be more fun than the good guy. And you're like, yeah.
I don't know if you guys know who Lee Priest is. He's a IFBB body.
Australian dude.
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder. Motherfuckers.
He's like the bodybuilder version of you, kind of.
He's a little shorter than me.
Yeah, but he's got the same personality, kind of, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Similar.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, he's a goth. He's a goth dude. Fucking took too much roids, got fucking roided out and tattooed his face.
He's hilarious, though.
Yeah.
Most people will not tattoo you when you're drunk. How does that happen?
He got it burned back off. They asked him. He says, "Well, I was jacked up, and I was on cycle.
I wasn't thinking
and I was
clearly.
hormonal disturbances.
Let's
might make
tattoo my face.
I'm gonna tattoo my face. Yeah.
And then the other me says, "Yeah, that's a good idea."
And Lee Priest is like.
He has no filter, which is really fun.
No, yeah. And he's...
Yeah, that's also like you.
They're really similar, honestly. Lee's like the famous version of you. Yeah. Kinda.
Well, I ain't famous. I'm famous.
Well, you know what I mean. Like...
He's as famous... Okay.
He's more famous than you. Sorry. I mean, he is.
Now I gotta get in a pissing match with Lee Priest. Lee, you have to fucking come on the show, bro.
Oh, shit. You got called out.
You're shorter than me, Lee.
Oh
no! When you call him out like that, he'll come on the show. He'll come on the show if you start talking about.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
That's why I did it. He's only an inch shorter than me.
He's only an inch shorter.
Maybe two. Motherfucker's powerful.
How old is he? Is he in his 40s? Maybe.
He's almost 50. I think.
A little bit younger.
Maybe like 1 or 2 years younger than me. I think he's
okay.
So
like my age.
He's in good shape.
Yeah, basically, he's in good shape.
He's genetically Tell them what he looked like when he was about 30.
He was like wasn't he competing when he was like 18 or something?
Yeah, his mom
like
was
20. His mom was a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck his dad did, but his mom was.
Yeah.
And he was like enormous when he was like 18, 20 years old competing and shit. So
his genetics were perfect for bodybuilding. Yeah. And he had the right face for it.
He looks like a gorilla.
He looked like a little blonde gorilla.
Yeah, a blonde gorilla.
A little blonde gorilla.
He very Aryan-looking guy.
Yeah.
It was as if the fucking SS Supermen were trying to breed a race of gorillas.
Yep.
That's what fucking Lee Priest looked like.
I will breed a race of
gorillas. We'll breed a race of gorillas!
Did you guys see Brian the Monster?
Yeah.
Well, if he ends up being in the Expendables movie, then everyone will see what you're talking about.
I would love to play right alongside fucking Lee Priest in the fucking Expendables.
One of his goons, one of his little sidekicks.
Because physically, me and him would be good in a shot together just because of the height similarity.
Yeah.
And we'd put on the armor.
That you look so small compared to him.
Yeah. And we put on fucking some ballistic armor and get some 16s and do some fucking.
You guys could be like twins, right? And you could be like
sort of, but he's like. Huge.
Oh, he's fucking no.
He's like his arms are like this big.
No,
really,
yeah.
Zach said you would be a good James Bond henchman.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Or Michael says you would be a a bad guy or a sidekick in Conan 3.
There's not going to be a Conan 3. I wish there would be.
But we're being hypothetical here. Yeah. Don't shit on everyone's cornflakes.
They've got the right mindset. I mean, yeah.
I would like to be in Expendables 4. That's what, if I could be in a movie, I'd be in that one.
Okay, so if anybody that has anything to do with Expendables 4,
yeah, I'd like
Tom
to be in a
will work
flick.
for how what's your fee?
I don't need money.
Cheap.
I'll fucking
He'll do it for
I'll
free.
volunteer for that
Yeah.
shit.
He'll do it
Just
for
expenses.
free.
I don't need any money.
Just pay for your hotel and food and stuff. Yeah.
The Army still pays me. Fucking, I'm retired.
David
I got
June
my
says,
shit.
"Can we get Tom to play Steven Seagal?" You need
Man,
to eat a whole bunch of donuts.
That's
You
a
need-
good
No,
question.
you have to get fat. You don't want
That's
to
a good question.
fat.
I'll put on a fat suit on. I'll put a fat suit on and I'll dye my scalp.
I
and then
could play Steven Seagal. All they have to
No,
do
you
is do
can't. No,
your
you can't.
eyes. That's all they film is your eyes.
Isn't he
I'll
tall,
just sit
though?
in a
Isn't
chair.
he really tall or
He
kind of
is,
tall? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I can wear-
he's
I can
way
wear, like,
bigger.
stack
Neither one of you
shoes.
could play.
That dude's
I'll
fat.
wear stack shoes and a fat suit and a mustache and a beard, and I'll
Yeah.
just sit in a chair
And
and,
you have- you have your-
mumble?
and
you have-
mumble at people.
And have your stunt double walk up and down
Done.
the stairs for you.
Yeah.
Done. And
We
I'll do
gotta
it.
watch a Seagal movie
I'll do it
before
for
you go
half
home.
of
Have
the
you
fee
s-
of whatever
I've
his
never
stunt
seen
doubles
a
are doing.
Seagal
She's
movie.
never seen a Seagal movie. We have to see Under Siege. You have to see Under Siege.
You got to add to your pile. We
You
gotta
have to
watch
see
this
Under
stuff.
Siege.
Steven Seagal's not fat in that one though.
No, that's Under Siege.
That was
is-
actually his only
I have
good
to see
movie.
his best work.
and-
That's his
Under-
only good
Yeah.
movie.
Hard to Kill was pretty good. It's okay. Hard to Kill and Under Siege. I got them
We'll
both.
agree to disagree.
Okay.
No, yeah, Hard to Kill was not bad.
Actually, Under Siege is. I can watch it, but it's kind of. I can watch it for like irony, like MST3.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what we did back then, though, kind of.
True.
But, you know, people were telling me, I was at South Camp in Egypt, you know, fucking the 101st, and dudes were telling me that he was an ex-Navy SEAL, and I'm watching that, and I was going,
Well, yeah, he wanted that
dude's
to
an
get
ex-Navy
around.
SEAL?
You're like,
and then
no.
I saw him run, and I was like,
Nope.
no.
There's gifs of that shit.
No.
You're not the only person.
And I kept
To have
looking.
noticed.
I kept looking at his biceps during these scenes, and I was like, he hasn't done any push-ups.
He runs so weird. Why
I was
does he
like-
run like that?
Navy SEAL? Because in the time that I was in,
I mean, I don't like
Navy
to pick on
SEALs.
people, but
Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, Special Forces, they were the fucking top. They were like pro ball players. Not to shit on the dudes of today, but after the fucking Afghan war and the 2 Iraq wars, they were having problems. Guys kept leaving, you know, leaving service because they were over deploying them. So the quality kind of declined. It declined to the part where I could have been Special Forces, you know. During the time I was in, I could never be Special Forces. The competition was too tough. They were only taking the very, very top. But, you know, it got to the point where it was about as bad as Vietnam. In Vietnam, if you wanted to fight, you could be in Special Forces, pretty much. Because nobody wanted to go.
well, yeah.
So, you know, I actually respected those guys a lot, you know, even from the Vietnam era. Maybe they weren't up to the same physical specs, but they were bad too, you know.
Yeah.
They were fucking fighting.
Steven Seagal, though.
What about it?
I don't know.
Yeah, Xanadu says Hard to Kill was good.
Honestly, I don't remember a lot about it because I feel like a lot of those movies kind of blend into one big long movie for
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're all kind of about the same thing. And I had a, you know, I've mentioned this before on the show, but my ex-husband was super, super into like 80s action movies, particularly Chuck Norris, but also Steven Seagal, some other things. So I saw like all of them. So I feel like not very many of them stood out. You know what I mean? Because they were all kind of samey. But the only Chuck Norris movie that I actually like legitimately is Silent Rage. Because that wasn't really an action movie. It was more like a serial killer.
Which one was that?
Silent Rage.
Who did that?
Chuck Norris was in it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that one.
That's honestly, I think. Well, the Octagon was okay too, but Silent Rage was actually. I don't know if it was even intended for Chuck Norris to start with, but it's actually kind of like a genetically enhanced serial killer story more than a Chuck Norris kicking everyone's asses story. So I think that's probably why I like that one, because there was something else going on.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'd watch all the Chuck Norris movies and I'm like, oh, here's his big hairy chest again. Oh, here he comes. Oh, yay, there he goes. Okay, he's beating everyone up. The end. Yay. You know what I
never
mean?
got into Chuck Norris.
I didn't either. I didn't really get, like, I mean, I don't know. My ex-husband was really into martial arts, so I guess that's kind of why. because he was really into Bruce Lee too. I like the Bruce Lee movies, but I don't know. Chuck Norris just always pissed me off for some reason. But Silent Rage was good. And I think that actually might be on Tubi for free at the moment.
It's Rendezvous with Destiny, Michael. Rendezvous with Destiny. But that was just the 101st.
Yeah, Lone Wolf McQuaid is actually pretty good. I remember that one kind of. His wig is bad. Chuck Norris's. Doesn't he have a wig now? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I remember him being kind of a douche. I remember him not having much of a sense of humor about shit. Didn't I mention this on the show before? I feel like there was this guy that made his living as a Chuck Norris impersonator. And then Chuck Norris, like, was going to sue him. Because he's like, well, nobody can be me.
Do you need to take a break, Jen?
I probably do.
Yeah,
Why
don't you take a break for a second?
All right. I got a couple
Are there any
more.
commercials I can run?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So I got commercials.
All my footage.
We got to show these. Sophie took both of these, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to show them right now. There's one of Pookie, and there's one
The things
of
I
Beijing.
see around here.
I know. And it's like, I'm really glad that you got the Pookie one particularly, because I've always tried to film her doing that, and I can't ever get
She
it.
showed me. They'll see what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
she showed me. She's like, look. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Every
Pookie.
time, you guys, as soon as you see it, every time I refill this water jug, she comes running because she hears it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. All right. So let me do the Faceless Villain commercial. I don't have to do the Strange Realities commercial anymore because that's over now. Well, it's not over. It's going on right now. But by the time this goes up, it's over. All right. But I'll do this commercial and then, wait, are you going to be here to, like, do the video or?
Yeah.
Are you leaving too?
What video?
This one. I have to, like, go to the next one. You know what I'm saying?
You can show me.
Okay. Go to, like, yeah, FV commercial is what I'm on now, and then at the bottom is Pookie Water Jug and Beijing Love.
Okay.
That's at the bottom.
Pookie and then Beijing.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the list right here.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got
you. All right. So we'll
Run
be back.
the first one.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. You love true crime. I love true crime. And I've spent the last 3 years compiling a series of the most intriguing unsolved murders of the 20th century. It's called The Faceless Villain, and Volume 3 is available now. Featuring such fascinating cases as the Keddy murders, the Carey babies case, the Frog Boys, the Alcasar murders, and the Inokashira Park dismemberment incident, The Faceless Villain Volume 3 is an involving exploration of unsolved slayings spanning the years from 1980 to 1999. Pick up your copy in print or ebook formats on Amazon, or download the audiobook version from audible.com, and get ready for a chilling journey through modern crime history.
Yeah, you got it. Get the bubbles. Oh, it's going on the floor. You goof. Hey.
All right, we're back. See, weren't those cat videos were delightful?
Yeah.
That's what I get to experience, guys.
She likes how you smell.
I told you, she loves you. Like, as soon as you got here, it was just kind of like, she's like, I love you. I'm adopting
That's
you
what
right
Beijing
now.
does.
Yeah.
With all my stuff and me.
She ran up and hugged her.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was trying to climb up her.
Oh. Like, trying to, like, cram her face
Yeah,
in
she's
it.
like, I love you.
Oh. It's nice to feel appreciated by a cat.
You're very appreciated by the kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some more of this down. tequila in there.
Oh,
Put
you
some
brought the whole
tequila.
bottle in here. Look at this shit.
He's going all in.
Yeah, they're saying that I
I
should
think
play.
I am done.
Well,
I got
it is.
water.
It is my birthday, so I don't want to get too fucked up though, because I did drink last night and I was like really tired. But you know what I mean.
They're in there saying I should play Roy Batty.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can play Roy.
You could.
Oh, I need to put some orange in there.
You want to go get some orange?
Go ahead and run the show.
All right. All right. So the next case we're going to talk about. How many more do I have? Okay, so I only have 2 more.
That's good.
The next one's short, and then like there's kind of a long one. This I actually had another one, but I was like hearing Tom's voice in the back of my head, as I often do, as you guys could probably imagine. And he was like, "That's too many. You overdid it." Blah blah blah. So it's like, so I took one out like 5 minutes before we turned on because I was like, I know how this is gonna go, and I'm just gonna take this one out because it's gonna take too long. But the next one that I want to talk about this was actually, I thought they were all American, but this one is actually not. This is from Switzerland. And this is called Le Loyal. Now, this is a guy, there was an urban legend for a long time about this dude who was walking around in the woods, and he was wearing like a gas mask and camouflage. And apparently he would like walk around in the woods like on this path, like on the same path like all the time. And some people would like randomly see him, and then they would just like get a glimpse of him. Like people would just get a glimpse of him and be like, "What? There was a dude over there like with a gas mask and like with camo on." So for a long time people thought he was like a ghost or like an urban legend or something, because you would only see him for like a second. Like he would be in the woods, you'd be out hiking or whatever, and you would see this weird dude like walking around in the woods with a gas mask on. But then somebody took a photo of him, and I don't know if this is the photo, but this is a photo of him right here. And there he is.
Damn.
So he's actually like a real guy. Now apparently this dude had been walking around out in the woods, in these woods in Switzerland, for 10 years without anybody taking a picture of him, because I guess he was really good at hiding. Plus he had camo on, so you know. So yeah, 10 years, no one had taken a picture of him. And he apparently walked around the same areas though, like every day, but it was kind of like remote, I guess. So apparently one woman said that she had seen him and he was out there, and he was like, he had like a bundle of flowers in his hand, and she saw him for a second and then like he disappeared. Now they started calling, what was that? Was that Pookie? Oh, okay. I heard the door creak. Like, she's like, "What are you guys doing in here? What are you doing, baby girl?" So apparently a bunch of people seen her, like, had seen this dude, and like the police would be called and stuff, but oh my goodness.
Hey, girl, that's some wrapping paper.
Oh,
she found the wrapping paper.
She's so excited that she found
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So, but no one had taken a picture of him, so like the police were just like, "Oh, you're imagining it," or whatever. But then once the picture came out and it like ran in the paper, after that
Take
happened.
that paper from her.
Girl, you gotta let go.
You're
like,
she goes,
no.
Oh, she's trying to step on it and not let me take it.
That's what she does every time I try to make the bed.
Come here.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm helping." No, don't take the sheets.
Just go play with it out there. You can have it.
Yeah, you can play with that out there, Pooh. She's like, "Where are you taking my?"
Yeah. Look, there you go.
Yay! There you go.
You just don't get an audience. You still have it.
You play with it right there. Look at him.
She's like, "Oh, it's not fun though."
No, it's because she's got to do it around us.
But yeah, so they published the guy's photo, like the person had taken a photo of him, and they published it in the paper. And then shortly after that, there were some hikers out in these woods, and they found the gas mask and the camo, or like the leather that the guy had been wearing, and they just found it laying there, like without a guy in it. And then they found a note with it, and the note said, it was titled "The Death Certificate and Testament of the Ghost of Malls," which I guess was the name of the forest. So I guess this guy basically was like, "I was just a dude who lived out in the woods and wanted to be left alone, and now someone has seen me, so basically you guys have killed me or you guys have made me move somewhere else. Because he's like, I just wanted to walk around in the woods and not bother anybody, but now everybody is like all up in my shit because they think I'm like a ghost or an urban legend or something like that. So I don't know if he died or if, you know, or I don't know if he was just like being a drama queen or something like that with the whole death certificate thing, but he left a note like with the gas mask and was like, well, fuck it. You guys ruined it. I'm out. And that's what he, and then apparently he's never been seen since then. So yeah, he was just like this weird dude that lived out in the woods and wanted to be alone. And I guess we couldn't even do that for him. So people saw him and took pictures of him and he got like pissed off about it. So the last case I want to talk about, this one's a little bit kind of a long one. We're almost at 3 hours though. David June says it's been more than 10 years since someone took a picture of me.
Oh, wow. Take a selfie.
Yeah, you can do that. Wait, does that count? That's not somebody else taking a picture of me. But yeah. All right, so this urban legend, which is kind of a better known one. So for a long time, there was an urban legend or a series of urban legends that circulated around about somebody that would go like in a carnival funhouse, and there was like a, you know, like a decoration in there that looked like a corpse or a skeleton or something like that, like hanging from the rafters. And it turned out that it was real. Thank you, Ken, because it's only money and you guys rock. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. And yeah, Ken, my favorite was Predator 1. Off-brand movie, favorite one be Escape from New York. I also liked Predators, which is like, what, Predator 3? Predators. I liked that one. That was a good one, too.
See, wait, I get confused, because there was the Predators, and then there was
Predator
the Predator.
That was like Predator 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Which was...
That's the thing, it's like, when you get into that, it's like, name the shit different.
Yeah.
Name the shit different.
Yeah.
I can't differentiate.
AVP 1 and 2 better than the Predator. A lot of people talking shit about AVP 1 and 2. I liked those.
They were alright. I saw the first one in the theater, I think.
Yeah. The second one was low budget, but I'm going to say I still liked it.
I don't remember the second
It was
one.
like
I might have seen it.
Like another movie.
But I don't remember.
Bonus movie. I don't take any of that shit seriously. Some people take that shit too seriously. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it.
I feel like you kind of do take it seriously.
I do take that shit seriously.
Depending on what it is.
But I'm not going to sit here and go, well, it's too dark. It's too dark. They fucked up this and that. It was a low-budget movie. They didn't want you to see how bad the fucking effects sucked.
Yeah, that's like an old school trick, man.
Right.
If your monster looks shitty and if it's just made of tinfoil and spit, you really need to like shoot the whole thing in the dark.
They tried to give you the most expansive story that they could for the money that they had. And so I understand it. It's just a movie. They can make another one. Okay, get back to it.
It's just a movie. We
just
can
a
make
movie.
another
Just
one.
a movie. I'm sorry about interrupting the flow of the movie.
The flow of the movie.
The flow.
Is this a movie?
The flow of the fucking show.
I don't have a flow anymore.
I'm fucking joking.
I can't have a flow.
You can't have a flow. It's a show.
Yeah.
It's a show. I'm fucking drunk, man. Just let me. Okay.
It's a show. It's a movie.
Okay.
That's like what we said on that movie review the other day. We're like, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
We were like, we should
At
put that on the
movie.
We should put that on the DVD cover. At least it's a movie. Well, not all movies can say that. So it is kind of a compliment. So yeah, so we've all heard the stories about the creepily realistic mannequin, and somebody in the comments already knows what I'm going to talk about. They saw that. You go through a fun house at a carnival or whatever, and you see like a body or something hanging, and it's like, wow, that looks really real. And the urban legend was that there was one that was really real, except it wasn't an urban legend. It really did happen. So what ends up happening is there's this guy named Elmer McCurdy, and he was like this dude back in the Wild West. He was like a wannabe gunslinger, except he wasn't super good at it. Like, you know what I mean? He was one of those dudes that like tried to rob banks and he fucked it up, and he tried to like do that kind of shit and he fucked it up. And he ended up being probably the most famous corpse in America, I guess, for a time. Because, man, his body got up to all kind of shenanigans, like posthumously. So it was a couple of weeks before Christmas of 1976. This is how this shit got discovered. So, cast and crew of the $6 Million Man show, they were actually filming an episode at Queens Park in Long Beach, California, where you were from.
Yeah.
Now, the episode was called Carnival of Spies. So, they're filming a scene inside of a funhouse at Long Beach.
Yeah, at the Pike.
Yeah.
That's where they had the real dead body.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I saw
It's
it.
like 5 minutes later. He's
I'm
like,
fucking
oh, the
drunk.
real dead body. Yes, that's what I'm talking
Okay, look, when I was a little kid, I saw this. I already saw this. There was, in the fun house, there was a bunch of weird shit happening. And one of them was was a dead body that they showed you in the ride during the fun house. And I saw it. And it fucking was spooky. Turned out that shit was a dead body.
That's what I mean. Well, and that's what I mean, and that's why sometimes urban legends, it's like, you know, and subsequently, like, an urban legend spread around the country.
I didn't know it at the
like,
time.
in every fun house, it's like, oh, thank you very much, Dom.
Thanks, Tom. And you know who saw it with me?
Who's that?
Rodney Allen Rippey.
Wait, who am I supposed
Rodney
to know
Allen Rippey was a little...
Was he a serial killer or something?
Rodney Allen Rippey.
Sounds like it is the
It
name
does. He
for
has
it.
3 names. That's a serial killer thing.
Rodney Allen Rippey was a minor celebrity in L.A. at the time. He was there at the same time with me. I was there with my mom, and he was there with his mom. And he was a little black kid that was the spokesman for fucking Jack in the Box.
Right. You told me about him.
And
Okay.
everybody loved...
I didn't remember his name.
Everybody loved at that time back in the 70s.
He was in the Jack in the Box
He
commercials.
was in the Jack in the Box commercials. And
Yeah.
Rodney Allen Rippey.
That's right.
Just go on fucking YouTube and look at an old Jack in the Box commercial with Rodney Allen. And at the time, you know, I was like 5. All right. He was the same age as me. And I loved the Jackson 5s. Okay.
Yeah.
I was big into the Jackson 5s. I could fucking singing along with the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, when I met Rodney, I thought he was in the Jackson 5 too. I did not differentiate
Was
between...
he white?
No, it's black kid.
Black? Okay, he was
But I
black,
just
okay.
did not differentiate.
It would have been funnier if he was...
It'd been a lot funnier if he was white.
I'm like, what were you thinking?
I couldn't differentiate between Rodney Allen and Michael Jackson. And when I say Michael Jackson, I'm talking about...
Well, kid Michael
Little
Jackson.
kid Michael Jackson. He was a little bit older than me, but...
Yeah.
I saw them both on television all the time, so therefore, they're the same person.
Or they knew each other.
Or that they knew each other. Just
because everybody on TV lives inside
they all live
of
in the TV box.
Like the tiny people that live
So
inside the TV.
when I saw Rodney and his mom, I felt like I was meeting the Jackson 5s. And
ABC.
we went through that ride together. He was in the fucking buggy in front of me.
Yeah.
So he saw it with me.
And you guys
At the
were like
Pike.
creeped out. You guys, are you telling
And
me
his
that
mom
you
and
knew
my
that
mom.
that was a real dead body? Because it
I
totally
thought it was fake.
Because it totally was.
I thought it was fake.
Everyone thought it was fake.
Well, it was all fake. You're a kid. You're like 5 or 6. So you just think it's part of the ride.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what everybody
It was
thought.
But
scary.
that's what they tell you when you're
Right.
scared. Your parents always say, "Oh, don't
Right.
worry, it's
It's
pretend."
not real.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not real.
But here was the funny thing about it. About 5 years later, when I was 10 or 11, my mom, this is when I was riding horses. My mom was already in the English
Yeah.
equestrian scene and everything. I was already jumping. And my mom goes, and she used to call me Tommy. Tommy. Yeah, hold on. Oh, Tom? Oh, Tommy?
Oh my God.
Doesn't that
That's
sound like her?
just- yeah.
Sounds just like her.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Tom?
That sounds just like your
Do you know what's so weird? Do you remember that? My mother's like a fucking total valley girl.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is the...
He sounds just like her.
I gotta get a picture of my mom on a show when she was fucking
He sounds
real
just
young.
like her.
My mom was the Cassandra Peterson or the Elvira of fucking L.A. back in the time. She dated fucking famous dudes and shit.
Wayne Newton, right?
Yeah. Robert
Well,
Goulet.
among others. Robert Goulet, that's
Goulet,
what I was
shit like
thinking
that.
of.
Anyway.
Robert Goulet.
Fucking,
They look kind of the same.
my mom had double G fucking breasts. She was a little short fucking thing, and she looked like Cassandra Peterson back in those days. Oh, Tom, do you remember at the Pike? Remember when we were in the fun house and you saw the dead body and all the scary stuff in there? And I'm like, it was really a dead body.
Now you tell me.
And I was like, what?
Oh my God, I could totally see her doing that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what his mom sounds like, for the record.
It was really a dead body. It was such a... My mother's fucking histrionic personality
She is a
fucking
bit,
disorder
yeah. She is
off
a
the
bit.
fucking chain. All right.
Yeah.
She all
Everything is very,
all showing
very
little substance.
dramatic.
Very dramatic. But yeah, one of these days I'll fucking show a picture of my mom, what she looked like back then. She was, yeah, you'll see.
Yeah, she
was,
like I said.
She attracted a lot of attention back in those days.
So like I said, the rumor was that she slept with Robert Goulet.
No,
right?
she did.
She did.
Yeah.
That wasn't a rumor. She actually did.
No, she did.
Robert Goulet though.
Robert Goulet and Wayne Newton and.
Dark as shame.
Yeah. Maybe Charles Bronson. She knew him. And from the horse business.
Okay,
But I don't know. Probably not.
Let's not start.
That bitch get around, though, man. Who fucking knows?
There's all kind of shit going on back then.
My mom was fucking famous in Vegas.
Yeah.
She was fucking dating whoever was big in Vegas at the time. She would have gone after Elvis if she could have. But she was fucking... Whoever was headlining in Vegas, my mom was trying to date that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about Siegfried and Roy?
They were gay.
Are they?
Yeah, they're gay. They were married.
Didn't one of them get eaten by a tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siegfried and Roy were married to each other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Penn and Teller person myself, so you know. But yeah, so they're filming this episode of The $6 Million Man in this fucking fun house in Long Beach. And, you know, they're using the existing shit that was in the funhouse, which you would presume would be fake. But what ended up happening was that, I guess, like, there was, like, a breeze or something, and it sends this corpse, you know, kind of swinging back and forth, which I think is a fake corpse. And they, the arm, like, broke off. And now they thought it was made of wax or whatever. But so they're like, oh, well, we need to fix that, like, for the next scene. And then they're like, hey, there's a bone in here.
Yeah.
So that's how they discovered
that
this was actually a real... it was mummified. So this guy that had died, it's like I think he was mummified down to, like, he was only, like, 50 pounds or something. And it was like he was, like, 5'3", so he, like, shrunk down.
Yeah.
Because he'd been, like, you know, he'd gone around to, like, so many different carnivals and shit like that.
Yeah, the story my mom told me that he was some kind of gangster that the fucking mob had killed.
No.
Is that true? That's not what happened?
He was more like a Wild West kind of failed criminal.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
More. Elmer McCurdy is his name.
So he wasn't even from the fucking gangster era.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. So they were like, okay, so the crew of the show, it's like they see the bone in there and they're like, holy shit, this is a real body. So they did what a normal person would do. They call, like, the police and the ambulance and stuff. So, so the paramedics get there and they're like, okay, well, I think that the crew told them that it's like, he looks like he died of dehydration or something because he was so small,
that's
like shriveled up.
Yeah,
and then it was like when the paramedics got there, they cracked up because they're like, yeah, he's dehydrated already. He's fucking mummified.
Yeah.
So they found out, they took him to the coroner's office, and they found out that the cause of death was there was a bullet lodged in his chest, and it was a turn-of-the-century bullet. So it was like, you know, late 19th century, early 20th century bullet. So, as I said, the mummy was 5'3", 50 pounds. So, now, it didn't have, like... I guess it had been, like, over the time that it had been. I think it had been in the Long Beach Funhouse for 4 years, but prior to that, I guess they found out later that it had been, like, kind of gone to other fun houses and, like, sideshows and stuff. He didn't have, like, some of his fingers were missing, some of his toes were missing, you know, some of the hair was missing, shit like that. They had actually, somebody at one point had drilled a hole through his neck so they could put the noose around him. And I guess whoever had drilled the hole in the neck, like a bunch of like gross yellow shit had come out, which I guess was spinal fluid, but they didn't really think about it at the time. Ew. I don't know, because nobody said anything about it then. So they also found, and this was pretty creepy, they found inside the mouth of the corpse, they found a ticket to the Museum of Crime, and they also found a penny in there, which was dated from 1924. So then as they started, like, looking back into, you know, how that shit got there, they figured out, like, where this dude came from. So they found out, so this guy, Elmer McCurdy, they found out was this dude's name. Now, he was actually born in 1880. So this is, like I said, this was kind of longer ago. I guess he could have still been gangster, but it was earlier than that. So basically, he kind of had a fucked up childhood. He turned into a drifter. And then he was going out west, like a lot of people were at that time. And he was kind of also a drunk. So he was trying to, hold jobs and he couldn't really do it. So he kept getting like kind of kicked out. He was also in the army for 4 years. He lived in the Midwest. And then he decided that he was going to, like, he learned how to use, like, nitroglycerin and, like, how to make explosives and stuff. So he decided that he was going to get in with a criminal outfit and, like, do, like, train holdups and whatnot, like, using bombs, I guess. So he was, like, trying to do that, like, railroad robberies. But it turned out that he wasn't real good at it. He also tried to do, like, safe cracking and stuff like that, but he wasn't super good at that either. He also got, so like he was kind of a dude that, have you ever seen like the Dumb Criminals kind of shit, like the books about it and all that kind of shit? He was kind of that kind of person. Like he would try to do these big elaborate schemes and he would always get caught, or he would get caught in a really stupid way. Like he gets caught for public intoxication, and they find that he has like a whole bunch of like burglary tools like on him. During a train heist, he was trying to like blow the safe open and he instead like blew the whole thing up, which had like, you know what I mean? So it had like $4,000 in it, which I guess like in back then money, which was like a lot of money. And he ended up blowing the safe up and like there was silver bars in it and he ended up like melting a lot of them. So he ended up getting away with like maybe $450 instead of $4,000. So it was that kind of shit. Like he would try to like blow up vault, like blow the lock off a vault, and he would just like blow the whole fucking thing up and like dumb shit like that. So basically he, for the last like the railroad like heist that he had done, he finally gets like a $2,000 bounty put on his head, right? So he also wasn't real good as like, even though he sort of prided himself as like a gunslinger, he was like a really shitty shot also. So there was also that. Now, in 1911, I guess he was on a heist with like a bunch of other dudes and they had stolen some alcohol and some other things, and all of his buddies, like, I guess he was drunk or he had some other problem and they all like left him behind. So he goes to hide in some hay shed somewhere, and a bunch of sheriffs with bloodhounds found him, and he started shooting at the cops, and they ended up shooting him dead. So basically what they did after that, so I guess there was a thing where if somebody was shot, like a criminal, and they were shot, and this is going back to the Civil War, what would happen was that dudes that made their living as embalmers, like if a body was unclaimed, as Elmer McCurdy's was, they would actually like embalm the body and then they would put it on display at their mortuary, like as an advertisement, kind of. And also just in case like somebody that knew this dude would like happen by and like identify him, but also because look how good my embalming is. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Who's that? I can't read them.
Jana Blana.
All right.
Jana Blana. Blana Blaha.
Oh,
I keep wanting to put another N in there. I don't know why that is.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Yeah. So that was the thing that they did as like an advertise, like look how good our embalming services is, and this dude's not identified, so they figured they could like experiment or whatever. So basically, they put him out as an advertisement in this mortuary in Oklahoma, and no one identified him. So at this point, like the dude that had done the embalming was kind of like, well, I did this work on this dude, so I'd really like to get some compensation for it, and no one is coming to claim him. So basically, they're like, maybe we can put him on display and people will like pay to come see him so I can get some money back for this embalming work that he's done. So that's what ended up happening. Like he ends up getting sold to various crime museums, sideshows, things like that. And he's billed as different stuff, you know what I mean? So the reason why this guy ended up having coins and shit like that in his mouth was that he was, when he was at the crime museum, the kind of like, one of their gimmicks was that you paid your fee or your fare, like for getting into the museum, by putting the coin into the dude's mouth. And I guess one of the coins was still in there, like, you know, from that time period. So basically, like, this dude's body went all fucking over. And he got passed, like, from carnival to carnival all over the country. You know, basically, I kind of lost my place on the notes there. You guys are just, like, all quiet and stuff.
No, I was sitting there. It's all right. That was about the end of it anyway, right?
Pretty much. I mean, basically, it just ended up that he just went from sideshow to sideshow. And eventually, the knowledge that that was actually a real dead body got lost over the years, as it would, because, you know, you wouldn't think, you know, when you're selling your stock to, like, the next fucking thing down the line.
Mango Badger's in, man. It's good to see you back, Mango.
Yay.
During the time my mom told me about this, like I said, it was the 70s. I think it was like 77, 76.
Yeah, because it was 76 when they filmed the show, and that was when they first discovered that he was an actual body.
Okay, so that my memory's correct then. Because I remember the era between 76 and 77, because I remember what stable we were at, you know, where the horses were. That's when she told me about it. And at that time, the scuttlebutt, there's no internet, and of course people didn't really trust the news, or the news was, you know, not trustworthy. During that time, it was...
Thank you, Victor. Holy crap.
Oh,
Thank
you
you
don't
very
have to
much.
fart
Buy
on
yourself a cake. You don't have to fart on it if you don't want to. Yeah, I think I'll refrain.
Thanks, Victor.
Thank you so much.
That's a fucking great present, Victor. During that time, what the fucking word on the street was is that it was a real dead body being concealed in the funhouse by some gangsters that killed a dude a long time ago.
Right, that was the story I heard too.
But that the funhouse wasn't aware that it was real until they moved it and it broke. They thought it was something.
Yeah, they were sold it as a prop.
Yeah,
right.
and they thought and they thought it was something from the 20s.
Yeah.
From the gangster era of the 20s of California. Which that kind of makes sense, but it wasn't right.
But it's close, though.
Yeah.
And I do feel like, as I said, this guy's corpse had gone to so many different sideshows and stuff that I think by the time that the funhouse in Long Beach got it, I don't think they were aware that that was a real body anymore.
Yeah.
They just thought it was like a hang because it was mummified. So they just thought, oh, neat. It's like a realistic, like fucking corpse that's just like hanging there. So I don't think anybody really thought that it was a real dead body.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often because, like I said, it does really seem like this kind of thing where like embalmers would do the work on somebody that was unidentified, and then they'd be like, hey, I need to like make some money off this shit. So they would like end up selling it to like sideshows and stuff if nobody claimed it, because what the fuck else are you going to do with it? It's just laying around. So yeah, so he went all around the country, and then he was part of the the Museum of Crime. Like I said, that was the tickets and stuff they found in his mouth. That was a traveling museum that was in 1922. And then he was also in a sideshow that was with the Trans-American Foot Race in 1928. So he's just like going all around the country. This is my favorite though. So in the 1930s, in 1933, you know when there was all those like scaremongering drug movies? You know what I mean? Like fucking Reefer Madness and all that other kind of stuff. Well, there was one that came out in 1933 called Narcotic. And they actually bought or rented Elmer McCurdy's corpse, I guess not knowing it was a corpse. I don't know if they knew or not. For the like promotional materials for this movie. So they basically would prop the corpse up in the lobby of the fucking theaters showing this movie and would say that this guy was a dope fiend.
Damn.
Oh, I bet
and
he
was
yeah.
So it's like that was something that they used to sell the movie. They were like trying to scare people. It's like, don't do drugs, kids, or you'll end up like this dude here that's like propped up that was an actual corpse. But like I said, I don't know. They might have known it was an actual corpse. That seemed like some shit people would do in the 30s. Like nowadays, people would be like, no, I'm not going to do that. But oh my god, another
Damn,
one.
they're
They want that
leave
kid.
those kids alone. Goddamn.
Are they really? Seriously?
It's probably the same one.
It
Yeah.
might be the same one.
Probably
Let
the
me
same
see.
one. It's another Amber Alert.
Is it?
Let me clear something up, Jen, that Sophie's talking about in the discussion.
Somebody asked. Somebody said something about someone that played the Predator. The Jean-Claude Van Damme was the Predator, right? The original?
Only in some shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who played the Predator was at the very end of the movie when they're when after the atomic bomb goes off, you see him flying away in the helicopter. The helicopter pilot's got a tall black guy fucking flying the helicopter. That's the guy that mostly was the Predator. Okay, that was the Predator.
Okay. Well, I thought it was.
What you're talking about is that there are certain shots where the Predator is throwing Arnold Schwarzenegger all around during the jungle during the last fight.
Yeah. And that's...
Jean-Claude Van Damme was the stunt double
Okay.
for Arnold Schwarzenegger during those fight scenes.
Oh, hold on. Shauna Brinkley said, "Are we talking about Bailey Sarian?" Yes, that's her. That's who I'm talking about. The girl that puts on makeup and talks about true crime. Thank you. Somebody remember.
Yeah, okay. So the reason why is because one, you don't want fucking Arnold to get hurt during all those stunts. Two, Jean-Claude Van Damme is smaller than Arnie, and he made the Predator look bigger during the hand-to-hand fighting. So you got it only partly right.
Well, what was that?
Jean-Claude played.
Isn't there footage
Dutch.
of like the original Predator, and he's all like he looks like a fucking lobster?
Okay, that Predator.
That's him, right?
That Predator. The prototype Predator, the Predator that got cut from the movie, was a suit that had Van Damme in it.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. But that entire monster got cut.
Okay.
So...
Because it was dorky looking.
It was a
It
bad
looked
looking
like a lobster.
monster.
It looked like a man-sized lobster.
Yeah.
Well, it was red because it had to do with some green screen effects and some weird... Not green... Yeah, I think it was green screen. No, it had to do with the damn cloaking effect.
Yeah.
They wanted it to... And red was the best color to work out for that. It's just that costume didn't look good and they scrapped it. It did have Van Damme in it, but none of that made it into the movie. Although Van Damme playing Dutch, being thrown around by the Predator, he's in it. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought you were
I
talking
think
He
he
did a
was
lot
in
of
there
stunt
somewhere.
work.
He
He did a lot of
Yeah.
stunt work on it, yeah.
Yeah, he was the first Predator.
Yeah, that's
But the
that's
first Predator was totally cut from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you see like the extra footage from that first monster looked regrettable.
It didn't look that bad when it wasn't moving. When it moved,
It is.
Just let it stay. Let the monster just stand
Yeah.
still. It looks much better when it's standing still.
well, I think the idea came from drawings. When they drew it,
Yeah.
it looked
It's
like
one thing having the drawing,
Right.
and it's another
and
thing
then they
having
made it and
move
made it
around
into a
in
suit.
3
And you move it
dimensions.
around. It didn't look that good. The head was still a little small on it, like a little dog head or a little fucking
Yeah, that was super weird.
like
Why?
a vulture
What were
head
they thinking?
on a big body. But I saw drawings of what they were drawing before they made it, and the drawings looked pretty good.
But like I said, it's easy to draw something.
easy
It's
to draw.
free. Like
Right.
when you actually have
Right.
to make it,
Right.
that's a whole other kettle
They
of fish.
scrapped that shit and they fucking gave the whole monster design to a kid working out of his goddamn garage with no experience, and he knocked it out of the motherfucking park. With
That's
that
still
Predator one
that's
suit.
still one of the best monsters.
That
ever.
Predator 1 suit, to this day, I was there in the theater watching it when it was just released. And when that thing took that mask off, I'd never seen anything like it. I thought I just saw a fucking alien. I was like, that's what an alien would
Well,
look
it
like.
was genius
That's
doing
what
the
it
shit
looked-
with the mandibles.
It looked real.
That was like a
Yeah.
really that was,
And it looks better than the Predator and Predator 2, and it looked better. Just the way they shot it, and I think it's a different costume in certain movies. That particular costume just looked real.
it
in
looks
that-
really good.
In
It
that
looked really
format. The way it was shot in that lighting condition, it just looked real to me.
good. The mask, all the prosthetics looked really
Yeah.
good. And they got that guy that was like he was like a dancer or something like that, and they put that guy in the suit, right? That
What
really,
they say?
that really tall
Somebody's
guy.
asked me if I will refrain. Refrain from what? I don't know. What they're
That's a long list of things he should refrain from.
Yeah. Jenny's got a list going.
There's all kinds of shit I'm supposed to be refraining from that I ain't gonna refrain. That's not what I'm here for.
He's
Okay.
not here for refraining.
I'm not here for refraining.
He's here for indulging.
He pushes
It's not
the
what-
boundaries. That's what he does.
You have to understand something. the Creator has created all of us to do certain things.
This is true.
And each of us are doing our things. They may not be the same things. They're different things. Okay? And that's the way the universe is supposed to work.
And Tom's going to Tom.
What's that? I'm gonna Tom.
Tom's going to Tom.
Tom's gonna Tom, just like Pookie's going Pookie.
Yeah.
And fucking everybody's gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's an entire symphony of people doing whatever the fuck they're gonna do. You know what I'm talking about?
Just find your people and make it work.
Is that what it is?
That's beautiful, Tom.
You like that shit? I'm fucking waxing poetic, man. It's the alcohol. I become a sage of the ages. I'm going to say we are all just part of the fucking symphony of reality.
We're living in the age of Aquarius.
You
man.
got to say...
This is the dawn.
My Hawkman, dive! I went to Flash Gordon there for a second. Remember
You
saw
did?
that?
I
showed her,
I saw that.
My Hawkman, dive!
I love the Hawkman.
Yeah, the Hawkman.
best.
That guy's got such a deep voice.
Yeah.
Like,
That head Hawkman was like fucking awesome.
It was
I
his
hang out
name,
with that
Michael...
dude.
I
I can't remember
He's a
now.
British actor. He's fucking funny.
Happy birthday, Jenny. You look like you're 25. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Love bear butt. Love bear butt. We were talking about butts earlier. You might have missed it. But yeah, so this guy gets propped up in movie theaters. He gets like put on top of a car, like the corpse in National Lampoon's Vacation. Kind of like that. He was also, there was a movie that came out in 1967 called She-Freak, which was like a carnival horror film. And he was also a prop for that. Now, he got sold in like a bulk, purchase to the Hollywood Wax Museum. And I guess they didn't put him on display at that wax because they thought he was like wearing out. They're like, wow, this wax dummy looks really shitty. So we're not putting this one on because it was in a lot with a bunch of other ones. So they're like, well, not putting this one in. I don't think they thought that it was a real body, but they just thought it looked like crap. So they didn't put it on display. Now, a couple years later, he gets bought by the Funhouse in Long Beach, California, which was called Queens Park Laugh in the Dark. Laugh with 2 F's. Which is stupid as shit.
Well,
is this like a little carnival area or something? So you're saying it's a fun park or something?
Yeah, it's a fun park.
Then that's
so yeah,
okay.
So they just like hung him up in there, and for like 4 years, people are going through this fun house, going, "Woo, look at this scary corpse!" And then like they filmed $6 Million Man in there, and then his arm breaks off, and they're like, "Oh shit, there's a bone in there." That's
See,
a real
there's
dead
somebody
person.
chimed in there. Gordon's alive.
What
What was that motherfucker's name? His name was Michael something or other.
Yes, I know.
I know who you were
Shit.
talking
You guys
about.
need to
but
find
I'm
out
too,
who that guy's name and put that in the comments.
my brain
section.
is too pickled at the moment to
yeah,
like,
he was
think
a
of
British
it.
actor. He's a fucking good little dude. I saw some interviews with him. It's fucking hilarious. Talking about all the outtakes from that fucking scene where he's running along the wing, fucking with his ray gun, going.
He was taking his acting really seriously.
But what was funny is they had to retake it because he was actually going out of his mouth.
Well,
when
how
he
can
took
you
his
not?
shit.
Yeah.
And they was like, "Don't
Stop
do that!
saying that.
Stop doing that. We're gonna add
Pew,
the
pew,
sound
pew."
effect in later."
It's like, quick going, pew, pew, pew. Knock it off.
So you're talking about the acting when you don't have like
Brian Blessed.
You know.
Thank
Brian
you.
Blessed. That's
There
what his
you
name
go.
is. Brian Blessed.
I knew that bitch's name.
Yeah, Brian Blessed. Yeah.
You said Michael, but okay.
I was thinking Brian Blessed. That's it.
Michael Bryan, that's kind of the same.
Brian Blessed. No. As soon as they said Blessed, and it all came back to me. That dude that fucking played Clytus was the shit too. He was in a bunch of Sinbad movies, from Sinbad, the fucking Eye of the Tiger, and Sinbad, and I love those old British Sinbad movies. One of them had fucking Tom Baker from Doctor Who in it.
Yeah, it did. He was like he was the bad guy, right?
He played the fucking he played the damn
I
evil
remember that.
sorcerer.
Yeah,
I think that was Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger. I think
I saw that in
Tom
the
Baker.
theater.
I saw it in the theater, and little Kimmy took me to see it, man. My little
Little Kimmy.
my little hot babysitter, fucking
hot
back when I was a
babysitter.
little kid. My little Princess Leia took me, and I was fucking holding her hand and shit.
I thought
Oh,
you
it's so
said-
scary.
Yeah,
I thought you
watching
said
it.
for a second. I thought you said that you took her, and I was like, "What? How,
No,
does,
she
like,
took
wow,
me.
that's
how does that work?"
She took me.
What?
She took me. She's babysitting.
Yeah,
me.
I know.
Taking me to go see fucking Sinbad and shit.
And you were like so happy that she like took you to see
With
scary
her, it
movies
was-
because you could like all cling on her and stuff and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, it was
save
her.
me from
Yeah,
this
it was
scary
her
movie."
and her girlfriends.
Yeah.
It wasn't always
My
just me and
Princess
her.
Leia.
It was me and like 2 or 3
friends.
of her other hot little hippie girlfriends. They were all like
You were like their little
13,
little
14,
baby
15.
mascot.
Yeah.
The little baby mascot.
I was a little baby mascot. Center of attention and shit. Here, you take him. And I was like, okay, I'll take him. Here, you take him. I was the Pookie. I was the Pookie.
He was the Pookie.
Of course I was the fucking Pookie. Had like 4 or 5 of these little hippie California girls, fucking 15-year-old girls fucking passing me around in the movie theater. Here, you take him. You know, and then they go smoke pot and shit. It's fucking funny.
Oh, the
Sitting
70s.
up in there fucking, laying on the bed, laying on the fucking ground. Well, it was actually, she didn't have a bed. She just had a fucking mattress on the ground. She lived two doors. Be laying on the fucking ground and shit, and they'd have all the black lights on. They were smoking fucking pot. We were listening to fucking
You didn't know what was
Led
going
Zeppelin,
on.
Houses of the Holy and shit. I was sitting there just having fun. You know, I wasn't smoking, but they were smoking.
Well, I was gonna say
I
you're a
hope
little
not.
young to be
No.
smoking
No
pot.
child abuse.
You
were
were
like-
getting like some secondary smoke there, probably.
Probably.
You were getting
they
a
were like,
contact
here, hand him
check.
over here, hand him over here. And I'd be cuddling on with one, and then they'd
You're
pass
like,
it.
yeah, I like
It was
this.
like the
okay.
Manson family, probably, looking back on it.
Yeah.
But that was just the way middle class life was back in the 70s.
In California.
In California. Oh, totally. My
Oh,
aunt
my
would take me to Sequoia Mountains, and we fucking, you know, the fucking rangers are fucking smoking weed, and all the fucking teenage girls fucking nudists
Everybody
and
smoked
shit.
weed.
Just run around
It's just
nude
kind of like in the 80s.
at the lake.
Everyone was on
That's the way it
cocaine.
was. Yeah. Yeah, they're playing fucking Heart of Glass, fucking Blondie Heart of Glass going on the fucking radio and shit.
Yeah.
The way it was.
It's just like, it makes me laugh because I've
It's all
seen,
uptight today.
I've seen pictures of you as a kid, so I know what you looked like as a
I
kid.
look like Damian.
But it's much funnier to me
Yeah.
to think of this story,
Yeah.
but like as you look now, but like really small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
you look like you look now, but you're like this big. That's how I'm picturing it.
I had a
because
70s haircut,
that's
that
making me laugh.
little round ball 70s
You did,
haircut
yeah.
and shit.
Everybody had that. It's
Yeah.
okay. Thank
Where-
you, Ken.
I was wearing fucking overalls, STP overalls and shit. running
Yeah,
around.
I've seen those.
Red overalls. Yeah, like I was a mechanic.
Yeah.
It's like the kid, the Danny and the Shiny has little overalls.
Exactly.
doesn't he?
He
Yeah.
did, yeah. I
Yeah.
think he did have little overalls. didn't
Yeah,
he?
I was older than him. though,
Yeah, I know.
at that
but
time.
that's
Whatever
all I'm
happened to
thinking.
that kid?
He's around.
I know he's around.
around,
What the
yeah.
fuck ever happened to him? I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying. He's one of those kids that I never really like checked up on afterward. Even though you'd think like everybody would be, you'd think he'd be doing conventions. Did he die? I hope
Yeah.
not.
It's like what's the kid from
Yeah.
what's the Sixth Sense? Didn't he grew up? He's in some stuff, but
Oh,
doesn't
he's in. a
he
bunch
does
of
a lot
stuff.
of conventions. I feel like
He does, yeah.
'Cause
But he's in like he kind of became an actor like as an adult too.
kind of I
Yeah.
guess yeah.
But I don't know. They seem to have like a really hard time like transitioning.
Some child actors are kind of stuck.
Well,
in that
it was all
role.
the damn drugs.
Yeah.
I'm going to the restroom back a second.
Yeah, you kind
They're
of
just
get
asking
like,
me if fucking Kimmy give me a handy. No,
No,
that's not the way it was.
That would be very
That's not the way
inappropriate,
it
you
was.
guys.
It would be very well, even
We
for the
don't condone
70s. That would be kind of
yeah,
inappropriate.
we don't condone
I mean,
child sexual activity.
I mean,
That's
we
not
did grow
okay.
up in the 70s, and things were a lot different back then, but it wasn't that different.
Yeah, it's still not acceptable.
It was still
We
not
don't-
good.
No touching kids. Don't do that stuff, guys.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I feel like when we were talking about before about like the trading Halloween candy and stuff, I feel like he didn't get, because he's an only child.
Yeah.
So I feel like he didn't get a lot of the same experiences that I had growing up because I had 3 siblings. So he's always kind of like, we were watching a movie the other day that had like a brother and sister. It wasn't a great movie, but it had like a brother and sister characters in it. And he's sitting there going like, why did like brothers and sisters don't act like that? I'm like, how the fuck would you know? You don't have any
a
sisters?
brother, but I have sisters. I know what sisters act like.
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister.
So you have the full experience.
So I have the full experience. I'm the
Yeah.
oldest, but like I have 2 brothers. I have one brother that's 4 years younger. I have a sister that's 7 years younger, and I have another brother that's a lot younger. He was born in 1986, so I guess 14 years younger. Yeah, he's like the baby. But yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. Like I knew some only children growing up. It's kind of like a different dynamic, and it's just weird to like talk about with him sometimes because it's weird to me that he didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like growing up. that he didn't have like the sibling experience.
Well, and he doesn't need to comment on movies that have siblings. Then you're gonna be like, no, you don't know what.
That's what I mean. It's like you don't really know, like you don't have any
yeah,
siblings, so it's like.
Where are you coming from on this?
Although I'm always interested too, because a lot of people I know that have siblings always talk about how, oh, me and my siblings are so different and we fought all the time.
That's true.
And me and my siblings were not like that. Even though there's like big age gaps between us, we're all like very similar. So it's like sometimes, like last time we got together, maybe like a year and a half ago, like my sister was here. She lives in Atlanta. And she came down to visit and we all were like hanging out at my brother's house in Daytona. And it's like, we're almost all, I mean, I kid with my sister, even though she's 7 years younger. I'm like, oh, we share a brain. Cause like we say like a lot of the same shit. We finish each other's sentences and stuff. But even me and my brothers are like really similar. So it's like, we all have like really similar sense of humor. We all have like really similar tastes and stuff. So it's like whenever we all get together, it's just kind of like this really weird like synergy. Cause like all of us are so alike. Which I think that doesn't really happen that much, especially with like the huge age gap in between us. But I don't know. Maybe other people have that shit too. But and it's weird too because me and my brother lived with my parents divorced when I was 14, and then me and my brother that's 4 years younger, we went and lived with my dad, and then my sister and my youngest brother went and lived with my mom. So we didn't even we kind of grew up with them, but not. Like after a certain time we grew up like separately, but we're still like really, really similar. So I think that's like really funny because I don't think I haven't really encountered much of that, like people that have siblings that far apart that are that like similar in personality. But now I miss all my siblings. I kind of want to see them. I haven't seen them in such a long time, even though they don't live. My sister lives in Atlanta, but my brother lives. I have one brother that lives in Ocala, and I have one brother that lives back in Daytona where I grew up. So, I don't know. I need to go visit them maybe. But yeah. So, is he going to like be in the bathroom all day or what?
Yeah, that's okay.
He needs to get me another drink.
You're just trying to finish this case, aren't you?
I mean, it's pretty much done. I mean, like I said, the dude's body got passed around so long that they didn't know it was a body anymore.
I don't know what this guy was like in real life, but if it was my body and that's just kind of how things rolled, it's kind of cool, Like
that's what I mean. It is kind of neat. I don't think I would be bothered.
Like, I like cheesy haunted houses and stuff like that. Like I'm all about like really campy horror shit. So if my body got bounced around by accident in a cheesy campy horror haunted house, I think that'd be kind of funny. Like
yeah, it's like if there was an afterlife, you'd kind of be like smiling down. And
it's
I'd
not
be
like someone did it.
awesome.
No one did it maliciously. Like someone had come in commenting about House of Wax. Like yeah, it's kind of like that, but it wasn't done like on purpose. It just kind of happened. It just happened
because, like I said,
yeah. So that's kind of funny, It's
First thing you know, like nobody claims your body, you get embalmed. The embalmer's like, "Hey, I need to make some money off this shit, so I'm gonna like start selling it." And you go through a couple of sales, and nobody's like, "Look, it's just a prop for a haunted house." Okay,
exactly. So
it's mummified. You don't know any different.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. I mean, there's like dead bodies in museums, mummies and stuff. Like, it's not that much different. You're just
that's true. Thank you, Jillian. Or Gillian, but it's probably Jillian, I would think. Did you ever see that, what was that fucking...
They're saying I'm leaving and farting on the cake. No, man.
You better not be farting on my cake.
I had to look, these bitches are coming in. I had to let Pookie out.
Yeah.
And Pookie can't go out without a collar. So then I had to find the damn collar.
There's tons of collars.
She knows the whole thing. She's like, I want to go out. And then you go, well, hold on, and I'm feeling her neck.
I got to put your clothes on, we say. We got to put your clothes on.
And she's running after me, and I go, here it is. And she goes, yeah, that's the collar. And then she sits there and goes,
yeah, she's like,
go,
do it.
And as soon as she hears the click, when the collar snaps on, because it's got a quick release on it, she goes, okay. And then she runs to the door, and shit. It's a whole ritual. It's true.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
She knows, like I said, she knows the routine every single day.
There's Jillian Alexis. Jillian Alexis was on here the other day saying that she...
Is she a garden gnome?
That she's a garden gnome with a big ass and some fucking thighs and this and that. Bitch, you're gonna have to break it off. Where are the pictures? You can't make claims like that.
Where are the pictures? He's yelling.
You can't make claims like that without trying to prove it. Gotta prove it. You can't say I'm a garden gnome with a big old juicy ass.
We were talking
and
very
big
early
old
on the show.
thighs.
We were
And I'm
talking
like,
about
wait a minute, hold
sexy
on.
garden gnomes.
I'm like, wait a minute, this is a sexy garden gnome? What are you talking
He's
about?
like, I'm intrigued.
We gotta see this. We gotta see this. Go ahead and send your photos to Jenny. She'll vet all that for us.
Yeah.
That was what got me on that whole discussion about
We were on the whole discussion.
like
You
sexy
weren't
Halloween
here.
costumes.
You weren't here. Jillian Alexis, Miss Jillian Alexis, sexy garden gnome with a big old booty.
Sexy garden gnome.
Why, she'll get all kinds of private messages and shit.
They're all gonna go
After
her
that,
way.
all these fucking
So you really look like a sexy
dudes.
garden
Wait a minute,
gnome?
hold on. Do you look like a sexy garden gnome?
I'm into it.
Can I have photographs? Can I have one from the back?
Dudes are so weird.
Yeah, dudes are dudes. You have to understand it's visual. Imagination is not enough.
But garden gnomes, though.
Yeah. Where is she? Where?
I'm always like, where?
She says she is. Well, you are what? We gotta hear what she- It's Jillian. It's Jillian, not with a G. Jillian with a G.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I said it right the first time.
Okay.
It's usually Jillian. It's just like
Okay.
sometimes I'm not really sure. Because I don't know.
She says, "Good Lord, put me on blast, damn it! I'll send Jenny whatever she wants.
Yeah.
She's coming at you sideways."
Wow.
Yeah.
Victor Garcia says, "Indeed, there is gnome porn on Pornhub. I just checked.
porn.
Yeah, Jillian.
I figured probably. there would
Jillian,
be.
you better be featured in some of that.
There's
damn
porn
gnome
for
porn.
everything. There's
Gnome
porn for
porn.
everything.
Yeah.
Garden gnome porn.
I
I'm imagining it.
read an article a couple years ago about a woman who made a very good living doing porn where she would fuck a ventriloquist dummy, or
I think
she
there's lots
dressed
of-
like a ventriloquist dummy and fucked a ventriloquist, something like that.
I think there's lots of those.
I don't remember what it was. It was
Yeah.
something. It was something like more specific than that, but I can't really remember what it was. But she made a whole bunch of money. I'm like, well, it's a big world out there, and people have very weird,
People just
specific
want to see
tastes.
things that they haven't seen before.
I guess so.
It's not necessarily like sexy to some people, but they're like, yeah, I want to
It's
see that.
there's
It's
like
the
some
novelty
novelty,
of it.
sure.
Yeah.
Just like the cake farting.
Yeah.
The captain is
Although
saying,
I don't want to see that.
The captain,
I don't
the
wanna
captain is on there saying that the sexy aspect of gnome porn, garden gnome porn, is the cap. Those caps.
I don't know
Or
about
like-
that.
Why? Because it's phallic?
I don't. You calling him gay?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
No.
No,
She's
I'm just
calling you
wondering
gay,
because
bro.
it's like long and pointed.
Okay.
I did not say that. You're getting me in trouble.
Yeah, I'm just getting you, Joe.
It's all about the cat.
Yeah.
I thought it was all about the little gray beard.
Yeah.
Or the little
Yeah.
sitting in the garden and like watching you at all times.
Yeah.
Little garden gnomes. Now I want a garden gnome.
You want a garden gnome now?
Well, you know,
Okay.
just he could sit in the
No,
front yard.
our housing commission will not allow us to put garden.
Are we
gnomes
not
up.
allowed to have garden gnomes?
I
even?
guarantee
Did
you.
they specifically?
You
They
put
probably
a garden gnome
they
out there.
probably
They're
let
going
us
no,
have
no,
garden
no, no,
gnomes.
no, no.
Yeah, we have
Too white
we
trash.
have HOA.
Can't have that.
No garden gnomes allowed.
Yeah.
You can't even like park shitty looking car. I kind of feel like maybe my car is too shitty looking to be
Your
in the
car is
driveway.
Your car is becoming borderline.
It is. It's probably like we're probably going to
They're
start
like,
getting
look,
like
this car can't
warnings.
This car can't be parked in this neighborhood.
this driveway,
You're gonna have to get you a new car. I'm gonna have to repaint
or
that
I'm going to
car.
have to put it in the garage.
Yeah, put it in the garage. Excuse me, Miss Ashford. We can't have a white trash rattle trap like that out in front of in our community.
In it,
They're gonna
yeah.
call it our community.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they call it.
Yeah. We did good on time. It's all done, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I had another case, but I took it out because it was too long and involved, and I didn't really want to get into it.
Yeah. DJ Maniac's going, wow, you still going, man? He's running errands and he comes back and we're still on.
I know.
We're on, but we covered most of it. We covered the topics.
What happened to Sophie? I think she went to the bathroom, actually.
Yeah, she'll be back in bed. She went to the restroom.
You put Pookie outside?
Pookie's outside.
Okay. Well,
She's outside. This is the first time she went out tonight, so it was time for her
yeah,
to
she
go.
was kind of complaining. She likes to
Yeah.
go out on the porch and roll around in the dirt.
Well, if you guys have any questions, we can go ahead and answer them now. If not, then we'll be fucking signing off here in a minute because the show pretty much is over.
Yeah, because we got to kind of go. I want another piece of cake
We can get another piece of cake, but we have to guest on this other thing coming up at 10.
at 10, yeah.
So
And I might have cake and another drink before then, so I'll be really incoherent by the time that Black comes around. But like I said, it's not like it's a public thing. It's just like a fucking...
All right, then let's go ahead and fucking shut it down, Jenny.
You want to shut it down?
Go ahead and
Oh,
shut
I
it
want to
down.
say, too, that like Tammy that sent me this card,
Yeah.
she put on the inside, she says, time to shut that shit down, Jenny. Because that's what Tom says all the time. She wrote that on the inside of the card, which I thought, look at all these Pookie cards that I have. So many Pookie cards. I have Pookie cards and a BTK card. So look at that shit. All right. So I guess Sophie's not because she's in the
She's
back.
not coming back, and they're asking us all kinds of shit about threesomes, so it's time for us to go.
She's just visiting.
She's just visiting.
She has
Don't
a,
read
she
into
has
things.
a boyfriend.
Don't read into things.
All right. So that'll do it for this episode. What the hell episode was this? 215, yeah. Urban legends and other things. Oh, now she's back.
Oh, sorry.
Now that we're ending
You're
the show.
ending it? That's okay. We did good. Normal time.
Yeah.
3.5.
That's that's not too bad. 3 hours and
Alex
38
is in
minutes.
there trying to pretend like he's BTK.
Oh,
We didn't have. Now we need to have somebody like talk like HH Holmes.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what HH Holmes
Nobody knows
sounded
what
like.
he sounds like.
Because that was like a long time ago.
Something from
What did like some
years
old timey dude from Chicago
Yeah.
sound like back then? He probably sounded
Nobody
like all
knows.
fucking. You could make something up probably. I don't have a dude's voice, so I don't.
Probably
know.
would have been something that kind of sounded fucking basically transatlantic.
Yeah.
And now it's time for us to do
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit like that.
I didn't. That's not what I pictured. I pictured something more like, I don't know.
No, I kind of got what he got. 'Cause he's like trying to sell people to come in his hotel and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. Kind of a huckster. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up about urban legends and also probably half about my birthday, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, Victor says he probably sounds like a Dick Tracy gangster. That's kind of more what I thought of. That I actually thought of like an
Maybe.
old-timey gangster type of thing. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. We will probably live stream again tomorrow.
Yeah, and
About 3 o'clock, probably
Soph
do.
will be with us next week too. So
I'll be here. Well, I'll be here. I leave next Friday, so I'll be
Okay.
here like just through the week.
I tried to
Yeah,
get
the
her to
matinee
stay
shows.
till fucking Monday so she could do another big show, but she's
Oh
like, hey,
shit!
man, well,
No, I've already got my flight.
You already
booked.
got your shit booked.
That's how they do it. They want
Okay.
you to book the whole thing.
For
Well,
just
yeah,
a
you
few
gotta
hours
do
more, we
it.
could have got you in on an extra big show.
An extra
well,
big show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
An extra
Okay.
big
And we
show.
won't find out what the topic is until tomorrow when the votes are
Well, I gotta go vote on
Tabulated.
it. I get to
Yeah.
be part of that.
when the votes are tabulated. There's one that seems like the one topic that seems like it's
I
way
gotta
ahead
check
of the
that
other
out.
ones. So we'll see how that goes. Movies, it's always closer on the movies, but that one seems to be a clear front runner.
Now
as well.
Ken is comparing me to fucking Jeffrey Combs and fucking Beyond Reanimated. I like Jeffrey Combs.
Jeffrey
Actually,
Combs is the shit.
if you ask me, Jeffrey Combs' best work was Star Trek Enterprise when he played fucking Commander
He was
Shran.
Commander Shran in that.
I fucking I have a certain affinity for the Commander Shran character. That's fucking what I would have been in the Star Trek universe. I'd have been Commander Shran. A man working for a corrupt fucking organization that was telling him to do things that were dishonorable. I fucking totally understand it.
He's like, I feel you.
And he's, come on, Archer! You know, fucking pouring the fucking Romulan ale, you know. Be a man, Archer. Stop being a pussy.
I can see you should dress up like Shran for Halloween.
I need to get a Shran outfit.
We need
Fucking-
some Halloween costumes, like for
Yeah, I could fucking dress as Shran.
Because one episode, our Halloween episode, is going to be on actual Halloween
Yeah.
because it's on a Saturday.
Okay.
So we probably need to like rustle up some costumes. We need to think of something.
Well,
Just
I
saying.
mean, you guys could just be Kirk and Spock. Like, I think you could
That's
do
true.
it. You just gotta get the shirt, and you could just start your eyebrows straight, you know? And
Yeah,
like,
and put some ears on.
some ears. Like, you could do it. You could be like a female version. I
And
mean,
then
if
I
you-
can have an
if-
agonizer.
yeah.
I could like poke him with it the whole time.
If you had to. I mean, or you could come up with something else. But, I mean, it's easy. You just go get the shirt. And the ears.
That's true. That would be pretty like inexpensive. All right. So that'll do it for episode 215. Thank you everybody that stopped by. Thank you everybody that contributed, gave me money for my birthday. I really had a good time hanging out with you guys on my birthday, talking about some urban legends, sort of. But yeah, you know, like, share, subscribe, do all that regular shit. And remember, go vote on the Patreon shit for next week's topic and next week's movie. And tomorrow I'll tabulate all the votes and I'll announce what the next week's shows are going to be. And that'll do it. So we will see you tomorrow. Bye.